for Heartland Radio.
Here we go. Welcome to Heartland Radio 2.0. It's Wednesday, July 24th. Feel pretty good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Got my day started off right. Woke up at a decent hour. It's like, all right, it's cool outside. Maybe I'll get something done before I go to work.
Okay.
I get to the mud room. You ever see one of those movies like when a flash of light happens and then all the kids disappear? Like science fiction. So imagine my mudroom is like some kind of local county fair or something, and there were a bunch of kids with ice cream cones, and then the light flashed, all the kids are gone, and there's just like little piles of melted chocolate ice cream everywhere. That's what my mudroom looked like.
With dog shit?
The Great Dane's sick again. He's sick again, and he just dropped little muddy piles. Like, yeah, the poor guy was going for the back door, back and forth. He just kept pacing and dropping while he was pacing. But, yeah, it was not good. All in the time between when my lady leaves for work and when I got up. So it hit about an hour and a half window there where he just let it go.
What if instead of the cow patty bingo for the foundation, we let your Great Dane go back there 2 shits?
I mean, we're talking like 20 numbers he hits in an hour and a half time frame.
He'll spray that thing, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, that could be very entertaining.
So what were you planning on doing before the mudroom shit mishap?
I don't know. I had enough time, really. I was like, this shit, I could probably knock out mowing or something. You know what I mean? Like, I was feeling productive.
Middle of America.
Get a little workout.
Nothing like waking up to just a couple of fresh piles of shit right in your face.
Couple.
Hey, real quickly, you're
10.
the early morning mow guy?
No, I've never done that before, but I felt pretty productive this morning.
My neighbor now where I live is an early morning mow guy. And it took me a little bit to get used to it.
How early?
He'll do it on the weekends at like 7:30, 8 a.m.
Oh, come on, pal.
9. It's going to be 9 on the weekend.
No, I would never do that on a weekend. And both my neighbors leave early in the morning for work, so I don't have to worry about waking anybody up. But I thought about it because it was not. It was like I could open my window. I was like, man, it's cool outside.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Well, the logic is, right, you do it that early before it gets to the peak heat of the day.
Correct.
Yeah.
But still, that sucks for everyone around you who's trying to sleep in.
Yeah, for sure.
nightmare.
I would never do it knowing I had neighbors.
That neighborhood behind me there, there's a couple down there that I don't think they're big old McAfee fan. I don't know why. There's somebody who drives my garbage cans into the woods.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you're listening to this podcast, you're probably a fun-ass person. You know what fun-ass people do? They don't only just listen to podcasts. They go out and see live events in person. They go see cool shit in person, live. They don't just watch everything on TV at home. They get out and they experience shit. And if you're going to do that, we suggest that you get your seats through SeatGeek. It's the only place we trust for buying tickets because they don't catfish you. The tickets that you see are the tickets you get, and they give you the best seat every time for your value because they shop all the other ticket selling platforms, and they're like, hey, this is the best seat for your $50, or these are the best 2 seats for your $200. So it takes out all the guesswork. Saves you hours of searching on the internet. It's the best value for your buck every time, and your purchase is always guaranteed, so you shop with SeatGeek with complete confidence every time. Make SeatGeek your go-to app for finding the best seats on every type of ticket, whether it be comedy, whether it be baseball, whether it be football, whether it be an orchestra or some Broadway play. They're the best place to get your ticket every freaking time. Best of all, our listeners get $10 off their first SeatGeek purchase. Just download the app and enter the promo code Heartland. That's promo code Heartland for $10 off your first SeatGeek purchase.
We used to live for fucking ruining people's cars.
Live for it.
Live for people. I mean, we used to walk into grocery stores, go grab the Magic Puff, the fucking marshmallow shit. That's the best. Then go to the porn store and buy a bunch of homosexual magazines. And then you just paste them to the car, and then once in the summer heat, and then it cools down, those are impossible to get off of your car.
Oh, yeah. Huh. What?
Yeah.
I was like, no, I've never did that.
I did.
That is an incredibly...
I once got cat food put all over my car, and there was like 6 cats sitting on my car when I got out. Cat piss is a smelly fucking
We candy card a kid's car one time. We got a bunch of Hershey syrup, poured it all over the car, threw glitter all over it.
Then you get like
we
Fruity
didn't fuck
Pebbles
with
and
cat piss though, and
I think damaging cars is almost our high school's thing there for a while.
We used to do it in wars. Like we would drive around and someone would pop out of someone's trunk and throw whatever was in the trunk at the car behind it and stuff like that.
Dude, I threw a party at the house I lived at.
Eagle Summit used to be
like
a big part of that.
It was the parentless house, just me and my friends lived there. But the one responsible friend went out of town. He went to go see his dad in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So me and the other friends that are living there stole a party. Ends up way out of control, like 1,000 people there or something crazy from all over other schools. This one dude shows up that I don't like. And he drove this big boat of a car, like a big old Lincoln or something. And so when he was inside, we had found this dead possum that was near the fence line there. And I took it and I put it in his trunk and hid it under some blankets he had in there or whatever. And then we took dog shit because the responsible buddy has a Great Dane. So we took all this dog shit and we spread it underneath his seats.
That's great.
His driver and passenger seats.
Inside the car.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This poor
About a week
guy.
later, dude, this dude came to hunt me down to fight me, like in the school. He's like, McAfee, fuck through my car.
Kind of hard to blame him.
justify it.
Oh, I deserved it. I
Put a
deserved
fucking
it for
dead
sure.
possum.
We did that
in
with a
his
dead
trunk.
deer once, but we put it on top of the car on the outside.
Oh, so
it
they
wasn't.
find it?
Yeah.
It's not so bad.
Our one friend used to have a Plymouth Laser. And if you're unfamiliar with the car, it is a very small, very tiny car. And it took about 2 or 3 people, but you bent down, you could pick it up. So we would pick up the back end of it and turn it completely sideways so he couldn't back out of whatever parking spot he got into. So he couldn't leave until the people around him left.
A bunch of my buddies turned the dude's car over. The
totaled
dude's
a
car broke down,
fuck.
and it was along a ditch line,
Yeah.
along County Road. And everybody hated this dude. He was like a grade ahead of us. And my friends saw it there, got up. There was like 5 of them in the car. Fucking flipped it down the ditch. Turned it on its head. It was like one of those little Daytonas or something.
Yours total his car.
See, ours were like all kind of a good fun. Yours, Todd, kind of crossed the line a little bit.
Dude, farmers get weird, dude. When you live in the country, you get medieval.
Did I ever tell you guys the Molotov cocktail story from high school?
I don't think
You
so.
want to tell the story?
Yeah, how many years ago?
Statue.
Yeah,
Well,
I think so.
you're good.
We didn't do anything wrong. We were in an empty parking lot, and we were.
Molotov cocktail. We didn't do anything wrong.
We didn't do anything wrong. We were in an empty parking lot, and it was like me and 3 of my buddies, and we had 3 Molotov cocktails, which if you don't know what they are, it's a glass bottle filled with gasoline with a rag in the top.
Highly illegal.
And you would light the rag and throw it, and it would shatter, and it would make a little ring of fire, and it would burn out after a couple minutes. Okay, so we were in an empty parking lot, nothing around doing it. And we were we were bored high school kids, right?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
We weren't doing drugs.
Right.
Yeah, you weren't doing drugs.
This arson.
Molotovs are great.
I always thought it was whiskey.
So we're doing this, and this car pulls up into the parking lot and sees us doing it. We're like, oh fuck, let's run. We get in our buddy's car and we drive away, and we're driving through the neighborhood, and we're like, well, let's not turn this into like a high-speed chase. Like, what's this person really gonna do to us? So they're just following us, and we go pretty much all around Plum, and they're still following. This is like a good 10-minute chase, and so we finally are like, shit, what are we gonna do? We still have one of these things in the car.
Oh no.
And my buddy was like, shit, put the window down. And he tries to throw it out the window in the back seat, but it's a child-proof window where it only goes down halfway. So he goes to throw it out the window, and he goes, oh, fuck, and he spills gasoline all over himself. He finally turns it sideways and gets it out the window and throws it into the woods. We're like, all right, well, at least we got rid of the evidence. And so this guy is still chasing us, and we finally come to a driveway, and we're like, all right, let's just pull over. We're just going to have to kick the shit out of this guy. This was a real discussion we had in the car because
All right.
there were
Who's
4 of
going
us.
after him first? You could see it was one guy.
It was one guy. Yeah, we could see him because we were close enough. Like I said, we weren't trying to like turn this into a
Massive
high speed
gut
chase.
sack on this guy.
Yeah. So I don't think he knew there were 4 of us in the car.
Got it.
So we all get out of the car and look at him, and we're in the driveway, and he's parked behind us in the street, blocking us into the driveway.
Jesus.
So he sees all 4 of us get out, and he kind of looks at us, and he just shakes his head and goes, "You fucking blew it," and drives away. And we were like, okay, what does that mean? Like, that was very ominous. And
That was
kinda
the last
scary.
thing he ever said
That
to
was
you?
the last thing he said. We're like, okay, well, like in my head, I'm like, all right, he must have got the license plate. He probably called the cops. We're fucked. Nothing ever happened, thankfully. But my friend who tried to throw it out the back window, he goes, oh shit, I should have lit it and threw it at him while he was chasing it. I was like, thank God you didn't. No.
I thought that's what the guy meant.
Yeah.
You got a chance to throw it at a car.
You're supposed to light on fire, idiot. He'll just throw bottles of gas.
That's like that story that British comedian told about The Rock saying, "Hey, are you?" And then he gets pulled away. Did you ever hear about this? It was a couple weeks ago. His question was, she was told, "So do you?" And then he got
Pulled away.
pulled away. It was 14 months later. He said, "I wanted to know, so do you make it the haha?" Which was my absurd way of asking, "Are you a comedian?" Because I had a few rounds of tequila before I hit the red carpet.
Classic.
Love
Keep
him.
kicking ass. And her name was
Tequila guy.
she was Rachel, and she was a Scottish comedian. That's a crazy. You blew it. Like I still wonder what that guy meant.
Me too.
What a great rock story that would have when you're a comedian.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Are you better off not knowing what he was about to say and just keep that
No,
like,
you gotta
gimmick
know.
going?
Depends on how good it does on stage.
Yeah.
True.
It's probably a really good bit on stage.
Yeah, I bet it is.
14-month run there, she crushed. And then now it got even bigger because it did go viral. It went viral.
Yeah, but if she's a good comedian, she could build off of what now that she find out what it actually was, how big of a disappointment it was and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you make it the ha? What a question. What a question from The Rock. How much small talk does The Rock have to do?
Couldn't even imagine.
Never ends, right?
Couldn't even imagine.
He small talks with his phone.
Yeah, he does.
That's his Instagram post. His small talk.
I think he likes it though.
I think so,
He
too.
likes talking, so makes sense.
I don't mind the small talk with people. Yeah, people hate it. I get that reaction. People really hate the small
Well, that
talk.
goes back to like the Uber thing too, with about how we don't talk to the Uber drivers
Yeah,
and
you
you do.
Well, how are you going to sit there fucking less than 3 feet from a guy for fucking 25 minutes while he's making you car sick and you're just not going to say a word to the guy?
No, you just play on your phone.
What if the pilot was sitting in an open cockpit with you on an airplane? Would you not want to just at least know just
Pick
a
his
little
brain.
bit about
That's
the guy?
different. It's much more interesting.
Yeah.
I've only flown a plane once out of a lot of
I'd
questions.
be like, what's that button?
Driven a car many times.
What's that button do?
What's the
that button do?
What's the opposite of small talk? It's just big talk?
How often do you two hook up here? That's a thing. That's a real thing that pilots do.
They hook up with each other?
Yeah.
Pilots hook up with each other?
That's what the turbulence is.
Really? Just bump the stick.
Yeah.
And the rain is when God's mad. And he decides to pee on you.
Yeah, I mean, I get the pilot thing. Like, I'd have a lot of questions for the pilots, but like Nick said, I've driven a car before.
Yeah, but that guy has your life in his hands, or girl has your life in their hands.
If it's an interesting looking person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
completely judgmental.
I didn't know
I'm-
we judged book by cover.
Well, I
do
give
all the
him.
time.
I always give him the "Hey, how you doing?" And then I judge based off of that answer.
Yep.
Whether
Great,
I'm-
everything's great. How are you?
Whether I'm going to
I'm
continue.
out.
Yeah.
I got a business call. I only Uber in bigger cities though, where it's terrible to drive in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the only time I Uber, I think, is in New York, basically, and it's fucking terrible.
And I feel like most of them, they're like taxi drivers. They don't want to fucking talk to anyone.
Correct.
They just want to get you there and get you out.
They prefer the divider if they
right.
could.
Yeah.
Man, I almost puked in a minivan in fucking New York right before a massive meeting with a Fortune 500. I ordered an Uber XL and a minivan popped up, and I'm like, this is not. I mean, we got no other option, but this is not going to be good. And it had the hard wooden ball roller seat covers.
Oh, yeah. Even for the back
Who
seats?
uses those?
It was bad, and he was a bad driver too. I let him know too. Wasn't my greatest Uber experience, so I told him 5 stars though, because I know you got to make a living. But
Right.
I almost hocked up some shit back here.
When I'm behind the wheel, I love driving New York City. You could just fucking lay on the horn for no reason at all.
I don't think I've ever driven
Like,
it.
ask Nick.
It's so
Because I
weird.
used to drive across to New York, and then once I hit those city limits, that horn does not stop.
I mean,
It's a real adrenaline.
You
rush.
have to.
Oh yeah, you have to. Let them know you're getting over. They're getting over.
Yeah.
There's no honk zones.
What do you mean no honk zones?
There's no honk
not
zones.
where not in my New York.
Yep, in New York City, there's no sound zones.
I don't play those rules.
but how can you enjoy driving in it when you barely get to move? I mean, it takes literally
Well,
2 hours
That's
to go
the
a
game.
few blocks.
That's the game you play. That's the game you play. If you pick the lanes right and you drive aggressive enough, you move. You move.
To everybody
I
else.
play that game in supermarkets.
What?
The fastest way to get to the cash register. You picked a good lane.
Yeah. You do. I do that now.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Try to eyeball. Like, oh, that one's a little longer,
If they're
but
scanning
I
better.
can tell these people know what they're doing.
Yeah, at
more.
every red light, you're judging the car that's at the front of the line.
Yep. Yep.
Like, all right,
Make, model.
that fucking red little sports car that has a little shit bucket on the back. That thing's probably going to want to get off a little bit. Let's go behind that instead of this minivan or this other truck here.
How mad are you if that minivan just fucking 0 to
I
60?
feel like I lost. I do feel like I lost.
Some of those new minivans got some fucking
Kia.
Yeah, they got some boost in the back.
Sportage.
The
Nope,
Honda
that's not-
Odyssey.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
That's the
That's like
Spice
that's like
minivan right there.
$100,000 car.
It is.
It seriously is.
Spice
It's so
Adams.
nice.
I think Spice Adams minivan's got some go-go
Yeah.
too. I
Yep.
think it's got some
You
juice.
have some ass in it.
See, how's your ACL, by the way, man?
I think I tore it.
Doing what?
I was cutting the hoop.
You were cutting the hoop?
I threw it past a little too far ahead. Zeke had to reach for it. ACL's blown.
I might be out for the season.
Oh boy.
What season?
I don't know what season's coming up. Fall.
Zeke's
Autumn.
season.
Zeke's out for the season. Autumn. IR.
Are you not gonna be able to dance at this wedding?
I might have to put a leg brace on, or what do you call those?
Knee brace.
brace?
Yeah.
Are you a dancer at
An
weddings?
immobilizer.
Yeah, you know, I usually rely on like my 3 moves.
Your hand dances.
Oh, you're like Hitch.
Yeah, you could just hand
Yeah.
dance. You're a very good hand
I'm
dancer.
a very good hand
You
dancer.
don't
You
have
don't
to use
need
your
any
legs.
more than that, by the way. Just like in guitar, they say you only need 3 chords. I think dancing, you only need 3 good moves.
Yeah.
If you can cycle through them in a smooth fashion.
I
think
rely on like my fishing motion. That's like my go-to.
it's- Oh,
Go
so you do
back.
terrible dances.
The fishing motion works pretty well if it's the right situation.
Okay, yeah, because then social awareness comes in.
Exactly.
Can we see the fishing motion?
It just doesn't come natural like that.
This
It just-
isn't the.
You need music.
environment.
Yeah,
the
that's-
forum for it.
I could
Exactly.
see you talking to every single human at the wedding. Like that's your goal.
just head bopping. Just how you doing?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Foot's pretty good in the back.
You here for the bride or groom?
Ty, you were at a wedding.
I was, yeah.
Did you dance?
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh, really? You
Big time, yeah.
You got saucy there, huh?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was the best man. It was my little brother's wedding, so it's kind of
Yeah,
not
you
just
got
a
to.
run of the mill. We had to be there at like 8 a.m. for pictures. Didn't take pictures until like 1:30. I was blacked out by before the ceremony started. So it was, but yeah. I mean,
last time I went out with Ty, he was same scene. I think.
yeah.
I think it was the same scene.
Very similar. Well, it's in those situations they were just like, all right, 15 minutes, guys, and we were in like the basement. The girls got like everywhere else to get ready. No internet down there, no TV.
Oh, it's like a Bachelor.
Pretty much.
You're on
And-
like a reality show.
Yeah,
there.
exactly. And they were like, hey guys, please keep the drinking in check. And
Who said that?
that's what
Normally the Reverend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
The who?
The Reverend.
The Reverend's going to come tell
Dude,
me what to do. Hey,
we-
buddy, you're just reading a script up there, aren't you?
multiple
We were one
times.
of the night before the Reverend almost said, if they're like this tomorrow, I'm not doing the wedding.
well, and we didn't have anything like that
Oh.
because that's well, and that's the other thing too is like my brother's now wife was getting mad because I just have no filter. Like she'd say something stupid and I just start roasting her immediately. Like
She got on a Schmidt list day
Oh
of
yeah,
her wedding?
yeah, big time. Like while they were actually getting married too, she'd say shit, and I'd like look back at the rest of like the bridal party and just like roll my eyes and stuff. Just shit you shouldn't do in front of a lot of other people. But no, yeah, it was good.
Oh, yeah.
Gave a speech. The DJ. He like I buried him big time right out the get go. I don't have the footage from that part, but he introduced the maid of honor because she went before me. And then didn't say anything, and I was like, "Jesus Christ, pal, you gonna give me an introduction, or what's going on here?" Yeah. So, but no, yeah, dancing at something like that, you have to. It's a must. And when you have that much booze and that much of the pen in your system, I mean, you're gonna go after it, and I did.
You told me straight-faced that you hit that pen probably 1,000 times wedding day.
Yeah, pretty close to it. I mean, you saw how much.
That is a record.
saw-
that has to be a record.
You saw how much juice was in that thing before I left. I came back and it's empty.
Ty does not do anything in moderation.
No, I
When
don't.
Ty goes out drinking for a night, it's for a good time, not a long time.
Bingo.
That's a good way to put it.
Well, and I also,
Caitlin, God bless Caitlin.
yeah, I know. Having
She's
to fucking,
quite the caretaker.
Wow. I didn't puke or anything. I didn't have to be carried out on Saturday night, so that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
So,
I like it.
yeah, if you look at some of those Instagram pictures I posted from the wedding, though, there's one of them. My eyes are like the darkest shade of red possible, and I just, thinking
Almost
back,
as bad as they were at the Bahamas in that golf tournament.
Yeah, pretty close.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty close.
Oh, when you were squealing tires?
Well, and I mean, I was making those drinks strong at the wedding too. I mean, triples.
That you're not paying for it.
No, yeah, exactly. So 10 parts Jack, 1 part Coke. It's a slippery slope.
I just realized I've never been the best man at a wedding.
Really?
Which it doesn't sound that unusual for you guys, but I'm 48. Like, I've had a lot of friends get married, and several times, some of them.
It's the bride.
And none,
Guarantee it's the bride.
no best man.
I've been ruled out. I think I've been ruled out of a couple weddings.
Yeah.
Stat.
Who was your best man in your 3 weddings?
Jesus.
Was Bailey ever your best man?
Bailey was co-best man in my second wedding, but he was a little kid,
Okay,
so it was just kind of novelty. Co-best man. He was / ring bearer and best man.
How would your friends not pick you just for the speech alone?
That's
You would
what
have had to give the
I
best
know.
speech.
Now I'm thinking back. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with these guys? It's like if they were like if I was even somewhat in the running, I think you got to give it to me.
Todd, when I say this, I mean this. I've only gotten to give one speech at a wedding. The build-up, because you're representing an entire side of a family.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The build-up to the speech, I felt, and this is probably not going to be good for the bride or the groom, but I felt as if people were more excited for my speech than for said wedding.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Which they would probably do for you. Like,
Absolutely.
Todd McComas is giving a speech, too. Let's remember that.
I did co-write a wedding speech because Marnie was she was bridesmaid in a wedding last year. And I was pretty proud of it. I got to sit in the crowd, and the joke would hit, and I'm like, yeah.
That's Wedding Crashers, right? Yeah. That's Wedding Crashers. Mm-hmm. And then the thought of you over laughing. Selling it. That's a genius line. The last wedding we were at, I was dying laughing at some things that were being said by groom. Nobody else was really laughing at it. And I was like, oh, boy.
And same reason you weren't the officiant for that one, because it would have stole the show. Exactly. It would have stole the entire wedding.
But both the bride and the groom did want me to be the officiant.
They did. Yeah, they did.
Which is
It's rare you get them both on the same page.
Right.
Though,
yeah, but it was only like 6 hours to the wedding or whatever. And Fox and I don't think we've woken up yet.
Hurting.
Yeah.
Diggs, tell the story about Riggy racking those pool balls.
Oh, dude, it was the best. So the same wedding where, so we go from the church where we were just told if they're like this tomorrow, we're not doing the wedding. We were super drunk, very, very drunk.
I love that, by the way.
So, and then we go to the dinner after the rehearsal. After the rehearsal, you go to the rehearsal dinner or whatever, and there's like this montage playing of the couple up on screen, and like everyone's crying and stuff like this.
Oh, boy.
And fucking in the background, our buddy Dirty just fucking, all you hear is the fucking, the pool balls cracking after, because he racked it. And he was playing a pool game by himself while fucking video was on. And the fucking dad, the bride's dad couldn't have been, I've never seen someone so mad in their fucking life. Just disgusted. Because they had already just told us like, hey, if you guys don't fucking chill tomorrow, there's going to be a whole issue. He's just cracking fucking balls in the background.
I'm staring down the barrel of this situation. I know it. Like, I mean, I got a wedding coming up, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm staring down the barrel of all of these situations. All of them. I think I'm going to have a place. I mean, granted, this is in my head, so it has to get okayed and cleared by like 5-6 people. But in my head.
By the committee.
Yeah. In my head, I want to have like a microphone somewhere for people to do toasts throughout the night.
Oh, boy.
Does that make
That'd
sense?
be electric.
That might be awesome.
Yeah, but you will be judged. Like I think there'll be a card on tables that's like the microphone up there is for toast. So if you'd like to give a toast to the evening, the Mr. and Mrs. McAfee, blah blah blah, go on and have it. Just have a drink with you, but you will be judged. So like if you go up there and suck, there's a chance you're getting kicked out of the whole thing. You know what I mean?
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, like if somebody. So at least we have a little bit of. So at least there's a little fear of people to get on that microphone.
Yeah.
You know, I think there should be. Let's make sure those are good up there. But I think that is a solid, especially with the humans that are going to be at this thing. It's like, I don't know if we have enough mics to go around for
Right.
everybody, but hey, if you're starting to feel it, go ahead and give yourself a little toast.
That's
up.
a great idea. It's I like this thing we did, but that just takes it to a whole new level. But my married Bailey's mom, we had a camera person that went around the reception and would just grab a hold of you and be like, "Hey, do you want to give like a testimony or something?"
A little
Like,
personalized message.
and then we got to like keep the ones that they didn't put in the video or whatever. Like my buddies just like, "Hey, motherfucker!" Hilarious.
It's gonna be a nightmare.
Still dueling pianos.
That's a great idea. That's
great
Everybody
idea.
loves a dueling piano.
It's the best.
Everybody loves
Never
it.
had a bad time.
Come on.
Always a sing along.
Always.
You get a fiddle stand up on there too. Devil and Downer.
Pleases all generations too. The olds are happy,
Yes.
the youngs are
Because
happy.
they can play anything. Right? Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've had some good nights in my life, and I just kind of want to piece them all together for one night.
Yeah.
But boy, I'm staring down the barrel for a lot of problems. I can already tell. The whole, it's already happening with the whole. What are they called? Bridal party.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How many are you gonna have? I have no idea. Okay, well, I need some sort of number because I need to make my list. And I'm like, well, why don't you make your list and then I'll make my list. So she makes her list and tells me a number. I'm like, oh, I need more than that.
I knew it was going to go that way.
I need more than that. And she was like, no, that's a lot. I was like, well, what do you want me to do? Just tell people to go fuck themselves? I was like, what? How about this? I have 0. I said, I would like 0. And she was like, so all my girls are just going to stand up there with 0 guys on the other side? I was like, all right, I want Val. Scootsy. Teddy.
Oh, Teddy
All my animals just getting walked down there with the
That would
girls.
make her happy. She would like that.
Yeah.
I think so too. And then just, because man, there's a lot of people I've encountered throughout my life. I mean, come on. I don't want
They'd
to.
probably be better behaved than any of us.
The animals?
Yeah.
For
Chuck,
sure.
Chuck up there? Come on.
He's out. Chuck's not a member. Chuck's the only one that has to get kenneled for the wedding. But it has, I mean, there's a little mental strain there. And then I just move on, don't think about it. But there is a little bit of a mental strain there.
Makes sense.
I'm trying to have it in a marijuana-friendly place, though, so we can have a bud bar. That's
That's a great idea.
That would be so
Would
awesome.
mellow everyone out.
That's just a great idea.
open bud, you know? I think that'd be good. Like Tim McAfee out there. First time in his life. Just forced to do it.
Go ahead.
Because you can have an open bar right here.
Right.
And then have a bud bar right here.
We'll mix and match.
Now we're talking.
Maybe the bud bar could be outside, so you don't have to worry about it.
Well, I think it's something to think about.
It probably would have to be.
It would have to be probably with
Yeah.
these venues. I'm assuming
Smoking
they're not gonna let
outside,
us-
for sure.
So what we're thinking is a marijuana bar here. Do you have good ventilation? We're giving away blunts and everything. Yeah, it's gonna be thick. We got this one particular guy showing up. He's gonna probably roll through a good 5-6. That's the groom.
I thought about starting. A few years ago, I was going to start like the wedding show, like where you can pay to come be a part of this wedding, but it's fake. You know what I mean? Like it's a show put on, like they have in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And I was going to try to do that here, and I don't know if it would have taken off or not, but I thought it could be so much fun to fucking write and produce this like live wedding that's not real with actors and comedians in it. I always wanted to go when I go to Vegas. Nobody's been to that thing?
No.
I've been to the
I've
chapel.
heard they're phenomenal.
I haven't been to like an actual wedding, but I've been to the
It's
chapel.
like a fake wedding going on with actors and stuff. Is it funny?
They do
Is it
that.
good?
No, I mean I'm saying I've been to like the venue, but I haven't seen.
So they're trying to replace the wedding atmosphere just by having
It's a
fake
wedding
people.
reception. So somebody plays the drunk uncle, you know, and all that
it's a
shit.
show.
It's a show.
There's an audience watching.
Yeah, you're sitting in like at a table,
Like you're at the
there's
wedding.
paid admission people,
Oh
and then
my
the
God.
actors and stuff are mixed in.
Do you know who's the actors and stuff like that, or no?
You wouldn't know at
Oh,
first.
okay.
You
Me
kinda-
giving a speech about like maybe there's 4 random people at a table and then there's 3 actors, and me just sawing down to 3 people that are at like the 4. I just thought of it in my head because when I did the speech, like I took some shots of people in the crowd at the table.
Oh, yeah.
And you saw those tables light up. The thought of that would be because you're in
dude.
the show, you're at the show, it's a wedding. So
I think it'd be
it's
so much fun. So you go as a couple, say you and Kaylin go as a couple, Ty, and you pay admission. You may be the only 2 that aren't in on the joke at a table of 8.
Right.
So they would have there would be a husband and wife that get in an argument over here about something or whatever. So everybody's table each table would get a different show.
Like Average Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know who is or Joe Schmo. What was it called?
Joe Millionaire.
Joe Million. Is that the fake one?
Yeah. Where they think the guy's a millionaire, and then they find out he's worth like 25 grand or something.
No. Also, this one called. There's
yeah.
this other one where there was one contestant who was a real human. He was from Pittsburgh, and it was a reality challenge series, and everybody else was actors except for him. So he thought it was a real reality
Yes.
show. In the way he was, it was a great
hilarious.
show. It was on Spike.
I don't know what happened
Yeah,
to
yeah.
him. It was the greatest thing ever.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
It was
I loved
appointment
it.
television for me.
Yes.
And especially because this guy was from Pittsburgh, and he just so happened to be the nicest guy in history.
The
because,
Joe Schmo show.
yeah, that's probably it right there.
Yeah, I think it is. And then the other one was like Joe Millionaire. Like you said, it was the opposite.
Which
Yeah.
was
I think the only thing that happens with those shows is you can only run them for a couple seasons because then everybody catches on.
Right.
Oh, I'm on
Woke.
the Joe Schmo show. Yeah, but if you can bank enough episodes to get 3 seasons out of it before you even release it,
It was awesome.
it goes for a run.
We should make that again.
I know.
We should make one of those.
Something to think about.
We should hire someone here and they think they're actually hired, and they're really not.
Do you want that person to like take notes for you and stuff?
No, not me. Probably Nick though, for sure. Probably should shadow.
I think
Nick.
we've had enough work-related experiences with me.
What do you mean?
The job shadow.
Who was that? He was a good kid.
Nice
wasn't he?
kid.
Yeah,
Jake.
we're a nice kid.
I cannot put a face on that thing.
Nope, me either. Couldn't even. You
was
could
from
line up
Ohio.
12 people right here. I'd be like,
Yeah,
He was a nice kid.
He was in here for a podcast. I remember that, but I don't remember what he looked like.
sat right here.
Wow.
I can't put a
You guys
face
should
on.
be ashamed of
I
yourselves.
mean, young, good-looking kid. I remember like
Did he have jeans?
No, his last
Good
name was
dude.
Grosjean.
Oh, okay, so that's why I thought of jeans.
Yep.
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 It's all coming back to that. I like the way my brain operates. Just a picture of jeans was in my head. And they were gross jeans, by the way. They were affliction jeans.
No comment.
Bro, good for my brain doing that. Now, if I could just figure out the codes it's sending me, that'd be great. My brain was literally just talking in codes to me. Like, you fucking remember this dude, you idiot. And I did. Fucking put it together. Because I was wondering, they were very ugly jeans in my head. And I was like, I don't remember him. I remember his ugly jeans. His name's Grosjean. Bro, this thing is pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
It was pretty good.
You only use 10% of it though.
yeah.
I think
imagine.
I've tapped in.
Beyond 10.
I think with the things that I've done, I've tapped. That Shangri-La documentary, whew, I'm telling you, if you guys just want
I
to kind of,
recorded it last night.
if you want
Haven't
to
watched
chill
it yet.
out, is it on Showtime? Mm-hmm. Shangri-LA.
Like the village.
Shangri-La? Mm-hmm. Yeah, back in the day, it used to be something. Everywhere you are is Shangri-La is the song, by the way. Doesn't matter where you are.
What's it about?
It's about the studio that Rick Rubin uses,
Oh, yeah,
but
you
the
told me.
property is considered Shangri-La up in Malibu. It's like the best place on earth.
Paradise. Yeah.
It's supposed to be magical, and it is, I guess. It is. Mac Miller's last recording on there is on the documentary. Mac Miller in there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. A lot of Lil Yachty was there, I guess. Young Yachty.
Yep.
Lil Yachty.
Little boat.
Tyler, the Creator,
Okay.
was there.
Yep.
These are Foxy's boys.
And one of his first, one thing Tyler Creator that said, he said, I don't know anything about this motherfucker, who Rick Rubin was. And then there's 4 episodes. Throughout all 4, Tyler Creator and Rick Rubin are talking to each other, and Rick Rubin's telling his story to Tyler Creator. And by like the last one, Tyler Creator's like, "This dude's that motherfucker." He was the DJ for the Beastie Boys. He started Def Jam in his dorm room, and he's the guy. He's the old white guy with the big beard that Jay-Z always posts pictures with. And he owned Shangri-La, the studio in Malibu.
He's got a lot of money.
Really?
All the monies. I think he has all the monies. His house got burnt down in the fires.
It's a damn shame.
And I'll let you figure out whether or not the studio got burnt down as well. Gotta watch it. Spoiler.
I will watch it. I
Foreshadow.
will.
It's
It
a
sounds
lot
good.
Transcendental meditation.
Yeah, that's a big thing. A lot of people are into that.
Well, you look in instead of out. You look in.
Oh, I was looking in earlier today. I feel really good about myself these days.
Are you serious?
Well, yeah. 'cause-
Working out every morning.
yeah.
You have been working out
Every
in
morning.
the hot
Dick's
weather.
been working out every morning. The other day he said, I don't want to be average. I want to be great.
I don't want to be average. There it is.
There
But,
it is.
but other than that, I also didn't make $100 million and I'm now in debt. So I
What's
feel pretty
that?
good about
Oh,
myself. Adrian Peterson's
Yikes.
in debt.
Really?
What happened?
He's gonna have to file for bankruptcy probably.
Who is?
AP.
Adrian Peterson. Still playing.
Well, maybe that's why.
Mismanagement of his money.
Yeah, they said same thing. Trusted the wrong guys. Apparently, so he's made $30 million more in his career than any other running back in NFL history. And he got sued today for defaulting on like a $5.2 million loan that he was using to pay off another loan. And it's just like he owes a shitload
It's a
of
slippery
money.
slope, baby.
Dude, that's the
Credit king, dude.
Whenever I hear those stories, they're just the worst, saddest things in the world because you
Scary,
became the 1% of the 1% to achieve what you did and then get legendary status within that group. And then some dude that you trusted fucking blew all your fucking money.
You should have seen Phil and I, because I went into the league right after everything crashed, too.
Yeah.
Right? So it was 1 year after everybody invested all this money. They're the smart
Right.
people, all these people that invested. All zero. We're all back at zero. Every money you put into the little slot machine called Wall Street crashed. Everything crashed, right? So I go in the NFL the year after that, and they're talking about, managing your finances and this and that. And then you start hearing stories in the locker room of guys losing like $15 million from investments that don't work out and advisors taking advantage of people.
How much did you say you thought Dwight Freeney lost during his career?
Oh, I forget the amount. It was millions.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars.
Tens of millions,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
millions of dollars because some guy frauded him in an investment thing in L.A. Like it actually happened. It's documented. It's in the paper. Like all these things happen. So Phil and I started meeting with financial advisors my rookie year, and it was fucking hysterical. They had no shot.
Oh, I was there for one. We went to Panera.
Yes, Panera. The guy said a one word that went over my head, and we got up and left. That's the way it went because it was the same thing every single time. And and I was going to say this the other day about Antonio Brown buying a $1.1 million watch. Somebody was like, "That's why athletes end up broke." It's hard to remain financially disciplined whenever you look in your bank account and you see commas that aren't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Like whenever you grow up and how you grow up with very limited access to funds for anything, and then all of a sudden it shows up in there, it is very I will speak from personal experience. It is very difficult to remain financially disciplined whenever literally everything and anything you've ever thought about is possible. Hence, like I have 8 cars. I have numerous houses. I have a professional wrestling ring. I have ATVs. I have a dirt bike. I have an office here that is just very large. It's very difficult not to pull the trigger and just have fun because the thought is, I'm going to die someday. Anyways, can't take it to the grave, right? But Antonio Brown spending that is an insane thing. But the financial advisor thing is such a racket, man. It is such a racket. I'm assuming at some point there was a good financial advisor who made a lot of money for somebody.
Yeah.
I assume at some point there is good investments that you can make. But man, I feel like I hear a lot more stories the other way than I do the stories of like, oh, this guy invested my money. Psh, made me $1 billion. I had $10 million. He made me $1 billion. You rarely hear that.
Yeah.
I feel like the ones that get in the most trouble are the ones who hire just one money manager and they give them like full power of attorney to move their money around whenever they want to. Those guys just rob.
And that's what people want to do in the NFL, by the way.
Because then you don't have to fuck with it, I guess.
Yeah,
is
it's like,
the thought.
okay, this guy, I got this guy who's going to take care of my money.
Yeah.
He's done this, he's done this, he's done this. He's going to turn it into this. I don't even have to worry about anything. And then 5 years later, it's like, oh, yeah, we made some bad investments, man.
Well, it was like
We'll give it a go again next year.
Yeah.
Well, where the fuck did $7 million go?
Vince Young, right?
Yeah.
I know he spent a lot of his own. I don't know if he actually got defrauded, but I remember he was taking all his buddies out. They were just going ham at Cheesecake Factory. Just bottle after bottle.
You've seen that menu.
Oh, yeah.
So many items.
It is easy to go ham at
And
Cheesecake Factory.
It's not just rich people either. I mean, it's on a different scale. But like back in the day, like you'd get a good commission check, and there'd be 6 boxes at my door the next 2 days. I mean,
It's hard.
Yeah.
But everybody judge athletes because it's a lot bigger fall, obviously.
yeah.
You lose $100 million. I mean, there's some problems there. That's some. What's that?
So for a financial advisor, their success rate, you want to know the percentage?
Who's giving? I want to know who's giving the.
Financial samurai.
Okay.
Oh, it's some guy.
I'm sure that
with the
guy.
blog.
I'm sure that guy has nothing to gain with this percentage he's about to give out.
You want to guess or you want me to say it?
I would guess it's below 50%.
Yeah, way below.
I'd say like 10.
Higher.
17.
12% success rate.
Yeah. It's like, you know what?
Like, why do you sign up for that?
Hey, you know what,
might as
man?
well go put on fucking black.
Yeah, might as well. Or you might as 50% there.
Yeah.
Or just, hey, man. Well, less than 50 because
48
zero
or
and double
whatever,
zero. We get it for the people that are going to correct it. Or buy a professional wrestling ring. I mean, nobody has that.
No.
At least you know where it's going. At least I know where it went. That first year when I got back to training camp, after this like first off season I had going in my second year, I was like, man, I was about to become another one of those statistics there. Obviously, I've made better investments now. Got everybody out of debt, but we're lucky we hit that second contract.
That's why they need to have something in place too for guys, like especially like running backs, like with how many hits he's taken, and you hate to say it, but he probably doesn't have too many outside skills outside of football to do after he's done playing. So it's like if you lose all your money, you really are fucked.
You could open a daycare or something like that.
He's a terrible guy. What was it, Brunel?
Mark.
Yeah, Mark Brunell. Yeah,
He's, by all accounts, a very intelligent human being. What, he invested millions in floating furniture in case a flood comes.
yeah. Same thing. Kurt Schilling invested a bunch of money in like a video game company that went bottoms up like 2 months after he bought it.
Because you have this dream of like, oh, my money's going to make money for me.
Yeah.
Where I don't have to do anything. So whenever my sport's done, this is going to be good. I'm going to be able to live this life forever.
We all can't be Carl Nassib.
It's true.
Brunel also sucked on TV, so
Jesus.
he was terrible.
It wasn't great.
I mean, if we had him in for an interview, he couldn't because his high horse wouldn't fucking fit through that door.
What did he do? What did Mark Brunell do to Diggs?
Do you just not? You don't like lefty quarterbacks. You hate Steve Young. You hate Mark Brunell.
I love Mike Vick.
Interesting.
Post that when he was corrected,
Hey,
and before he started.
he did.
There was
He
a
did
bad
the
middle.
time.
There was a bad middle
He
period.
turned it all around. I have no problem with post Mike Vick.
Diggs-
I mean, he went to jail.
Kellen Moore, a
Yeah.
big Kellen Moore guy too.
What's he, OC of Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, he is, baby. He might lead that star to the top.
He's going to get a head coaching gig if they do any
Yes.
good at all.
Yes.
Because he'll be on prime time every week. Jerry Jones, by the way,
We got Foxy.
good businessman.
Speaking of hating people, I thought about this the other day.
no.
Is there anything Antonio Brown could do to where you will not hate him anymore?
Did you like the flex of the $1.1 million watch?
You know what? I liked it.
I mean, how much
I
money
liked
does he
it.
have?
I will
All right,
say
so
this
let's-
about AB.
Apologize.
At least he's trying to do things off the field. Like he's got his YouTube channel now. He's making content. He's selling merch. He's
What's he
trying
wearing?
other
Gucci
avenues.
slides?
Dude, he
Catching
always
bricks?
is well dressed, always has the top notch stuff.
But if him spending $1 million on a watch is the equivalent of me spending like $400 on a watch,
It is.
I mean, how do you fucking argue that it's it's not a stupid investment?
Well, the guy said it was the most precise watch on earth, which,
Verizon told me my phone was that too.
oh, Big Ben. I mean, I think Big Ben would argue that. Not the quarterback, the actual clock. He's competing with Big Ben everywhere he goes. But I liked it, dude.
I liked it. I think Antonio Brown in that Drake video, the God's
why
Plan
you
one,
like him.
100%. That's why I like him. And also, that he's going to make money for a long time. He's well connected.
That's what I feel about. I mean, it sucks for Adrian Peterson. That's
I
a
think so, too.
fortune that he lost. But he does have fame, right? And he does have network within the industry. So he has the ability to make
be doing
an
signing
income
events
afterward. He can do
outside of
signing
fucking-
events, personal appearances. I mean, he can make a good living after that.
I
But
think the
sucks.
NFL doesn't like its stars potentially being broke either. It's not
it
good
does
for
not.
the thing. You know, it's not good for the league. Like
Right.
this is not good for the NFL. Adrian Peterson's one of the best players of all time. Granted, he had a unfortunate situation that happened that caused bad PR for everybody, and he did something. I assume he paid the. I don't know. Did he pay his debt to
dues?
society?
Sure.
Whatever it was, right? But he's one of the best of all time, and to hear this story makes the NFL look bad.
Yeah, it really does.
And I don't know. I've heard stories of other legends that were about to go broke, and then the NFL like finding them commercials to get paid on. I would assume something happens for Adrian Peterson to
Yeah.
make his money back.
That's
I would
what I'm
hope so.
thinking.
I would hope so. By the way, he's too good at football for too long.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
You ever notice how Jason Bourne always has a perfectly clean shaven face?
That's true.
Oh, he does.
Even on the move.
Yep.
That's because of Dollar Shave Club.
Mm.
When I talk about Dollar Shave Club, I can't stress enough the quality of their products. They've spent years developing, crafting, refining everything. They have everything Jason Bourne uses to look, feel, and smell his best. You name it, they have it, and he uses it. Jason's been a Dollar Shave Club member for years and years. And as amazing as their stuff is, Dollar Shave Club is way more than just razors. Dollar Shave Club has you covered from head to toe. They have everything you need to shower, shave, style your hair, brush your teeth, and yes, even wipe your butt. Ooh. And Dollar Shave Club can keep you automatically stocked up on the products you use. You get what you want whenever you need it, whether that's once a month or a few times a year. Jason never has to waste time at a store wondering if what Jason is getting is any good.
Jason don't waste no time.
No, he doesn't. As a Dollar Shave Club member, Jason knows what he's getting, and it's the highest quality. And right now, you can put the quality of Dollar Shave Club's products to the test. Their ultimate starter sets have basically everything you need for an amazing shower, close shave, or clean teeth. The best part is you can try each one for just $5. After that, the restock box ships regular size products at regular prices. Get your ultimate starter set for just $5 at DollarShaveClub.com/Heartland. DollarShaveClub.com/Heartland. I also heard this morning that Anthony Davis, instead of buying or doing whatever, he is renting an Airbnb in LA for $50,000 a month.
Saw that.
While he's on the Lakers.
That doesn't matter.
Also makes me think that he's not going to be there very long.
He's only there for one more year,
I know.
guaranteed, and then
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen after this year in the NBA world?
$50,000 a month. Jesus Christ.
Think about how nice that place is.
That's got to be a mansion, right?
yeah, it is in like Bel Air.
Yeah,
It's
he just
fucking
rented
beautiful.
somebody's palace.
He should go up there near Malibu to go check out Shangri-La.
Should.
I think Bron should take the Lakers up to Shangri-La.
Nice team bonding experience.
Look
Yeah,
inside.
he's a producer, I guess, but in this entire thing, it was just him being a psychiatrist, basically, for people. A counselor, mellowing everybody out. He just wants you to be the best you.
That's how he gets the best out of his artists.
Yeah, it's not about anybody else.
Puts
man.
him in a barber chair. Let's talk about it.
Maybe we should have a
problem.
meditation room.
I thought about it after
Did you?
watching this, yeah. After watching that, I thought about getting a meditation room.
Dark room.
I thought about trying to meditate first and then potentially getting a meditation room.
There's no way I can meditate.
Yeah, me
I
neither,
can tell you right now, there's no way that works on me.
Me neither, Todd. It's hard to get there. I tried
Yeah,
my best
right?
the other night. I mean, I took all the vitamins I could find. And
What do you got to do? Just like close your eyes?
dude, I don't know. There's so many different ways to do it. Breathing is a way to do it. I guess there's an entire breathing thing you can do. It's like a routine you got to memorize.
What's like the feeling though you get into? Like it's just
Oh, it's just
like
state
a,
of calm.
Calming.
I actually downloaded the Calm app last night. It's #1 app on my Apple.
how's it working?
I didn't use it yet.
It is interesting.
They
feel
got
like
me
if-
though.
if
The
you-
advertisement got me though for sure.
You got influenced, huh?
It was $0, so
You need a good mantra if you're going to meditate.
What do you mean?
That's the word that
moth.
you repeat to yourself
Wusa.
to calm.
So-
yeah, like wusa.
There was one particular person who told me one time, I think they came and talked to the Colts. It was like, we're going to get good and mentally strong as well. And to do that, you have to be able to rest your mind. A great way to rest your mind is through meditation. You're looking at a room full of dudes that are, I mean, hilarious to think about. I'm like in that Accepted movie, that little ADD kid that tries to meditate in the film. Okay, this is fun. That's all I could think about. And they tried to walk us through one. They told us all to close our eyes and breathe. We did a breathe in, inhale, exhale thing. And then they told us to pack our worries or anything in our brain, pack it into something, into a box, close the box, and then go outside in your brain, put it down, and come back inside and see if it's still there. And I was like, well, the motherfucker's right outside the door. It was probably such a real thing. Like, if anybody was really taking that seriously, I mean, I just couldn't do it. I literally told Vinatieri, honestly, just open the fucking door. It's still there. I mean, you're going to have to leave the house at some
Stuff your sorries in a sack, bro.
That's what they say. And then they're like, now just put it outside, and now it's gone. It was like a burn box almost in your brain. I was like, I just don't know if my brain knows what outside and inside is.
you know what I was thinking.
I was losing it. And then I got older, and I started hearing all the benefits of meditation. I was like, all these people are putting this shit in boxes and putting them outside.
I feel like if you're even able to stay still enough for long enough to meditate, you already have a pretty good advantage over
Yes.
somebody like me.
How cool would that
You know,
be
so-
to be able to do that?
I know. I feel like you don't need it. You don't need it. I need it because I can't do it. You can do it. So you're already.
Hey, let's
okay.
try to do it.
We should.
I think we
just like sitting in front of the TV and just
That's
sitting
meditating.
still is meditation for
Is
me,
it?
you know?
That's
yeah.
me too.
There's one time that I've ever felt calm enough that maybe I could possibly meditate.
My entire life.
And we've talked about having a barber in here, which we do, and having a chef. But if we really make it, having a masseuse in here, that when I get a massage is like the
Massage
only time
therapist.
that I feel calm enough to maybe possibly meditate.
All right. I mean, we could probably pull the trigger on that at some point. Make this room it right here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's perfect.
This would be the meditation room slash spa.
Yep.
Get those little waterfall things in the corner.
I know who to call.
No,
Oh, you're a waterfall guy?
Oh, yeah, I got a water. I got the best waterfall.
We are not
guy.
calling Lucas fucking Lagoon. We'll get one of those little ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like Zen water piece.
Play the soundtrack.
Yeah, to have the
The
soundtrack.
well sounds.
I got an orange light thing in the corner.
And it is
Lava
pretty.
rock.
I mean, it's pretty
Salt
soundproof
rock.
in here.
Himalayan pink salt rock.
Do you have well sounds? Can you get those?
Yeah, I got you.
Hold on,
They are calming.
How about a nice fire feature? I find fire calming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have nature
The
sounds.
crackling
If
of
we
it.
go to
Crackling
that, not Jesus, Pat. How do you always say that one?
Go on, bud.
The store where you buy your trampoline from and stuff.
Kin Relaxed.
Kin Relax. They have really nice fire paintings. Not paintings, like you put on the wall and it
Yeah,
moves.
it's like a
Digital.
monitor.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Digital monitor. Oh, are these well sounds?
This is relaxing piano with nature sounds. Nature sounds for sleep, relaxation, and meditation on Pandora.
You ever use these? Yeah, they're nice.
Sounds like water's breaching a dam there, kind of. I don't know if that's fucking relaxing.
I was about
me.
to say, it makes me have to peel.
Yeah.
Can't even hire movers to move this fucking box outside of my brain. Yeah, I'll do it myself.
Psychiatrist. That's a hypnotist, right? That's a hypnotist. that
Yeah,
does
you're
that.
right.
That's
Don't fucks around with those. You'll lose a whole language.
Man, there's it's unbelievable. The meditation. I mean, people swear by it though. They're like, "Oh, it's great for you. It's great for everything. Your energy's up. Everything."
Yeah, I mean, everybody says it works. I mean,
ain't
sure it
buying
does.
It's just like
I think it's mostly for
it's
people,
like religion.
It's mostly for people who have a lot of anxiety. I think is who it works for.
It takes you from a lot
Very
of
anxious
anxiety to
people.
Can you
lesson.
say getting
Yeah.
really, really high is like a meditation? Though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a comatose, right? What you just described, Zito? Just
Kind of.
Well, and that gives a lot of people anxiety too. So I don't know if that's a
can.
cure all for
I was
everyone.
talking-
But dude, you get really, really high and sit by a campfire. To me, is the most
So that's how you
amazing
meditate.
feeling in the world.
that's how Todd meditates. We just learned to Todd.
There you go.
meditates. Good for you, Todd.
Because your brain just like you're what is that, transfixed on that fucking fire.
Yep.
And then your brain just starts
got
fucking
incepted.
drilling a hole to the center of the earth to think of new things that you've never thought of before. It's the best.
Where do you
The,
get your weed from, Mr. Cheesel?
From you, Dante.
I have a friend who I used to partake in vitamins with. It turned on him, he said.
Oh yeah.
He said, I've only really enjoyed one particular drug, and that drug turned on me. And I'd known that man to do a couple drugs. So I said, which one? And he's the one that I loved. And I was like, which era of your life? And he was like, throughout them all, not that one. Not the one you're thinking of. I was like, oh, okay. And I asked him, I said, oh, Mary turned on you? He was like, yeah, man. Every time I started smoking, I just started getting super anxiety. And I was like, does that happen to people? I wonder. Just out of nowhere, she just
I
comes.
mean, I do. Gets me.
Every time?
That's why I can only smoke right before bed.
You can't do edibles.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely can't do those. I had Nick try to call an ambulance for me the one time.
I was like, I'm not calling it. Just sit down. You're fine. Just sit down.
You like think it's in your blood and it's like over?
No,
Like,
no, it's just like I don't know.
You can,
It's
like,
very
hear
hard to-
your heartbeat
yes,
and everything, yeah.
and the breathing.
I've had
You forget how to automatically breathe. You have to manually breathe.
Oh, and then the blink, you have to forget the blink.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I usually don't. I had a panic attack before I met Nick's parents. Actually, not too long. It was probably a couple months
Oh,
ago.
I remember that.
Yeah,
At the bar.
I don't know what happened. I smoked like 3 bowls out of bong before we went to Kilroy's, and his dad started talking to me, and I was just like freaking out. I got to get the fuck out of here.
Just mentally freaking out?
I don't even know what it was.
You had the cold sweat too, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I started sweating like really bad, and then I just texted Nick. I was like, dude, I don't know what the fuck's
They were like,
going
"Is Ty okay?"
Yeah, I
He's
just
been in the bathroom.
He's real
I
high.
was like, "He's got IBS." Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom,
Just-
he's very high.
I did. I saw him sitting over there, and I was just
Irritable
like,
bowel.
just turned out and walked out the door and went home. I'm like, can't do it. Can't do it.
Dude, I ate
a shame.
a weed cookie, and it was a little one, but I ate the whole cookie, which I understand is a mistake.
Hindsight, I've learned.
I was fine for like 35 minutes, probably. Right? Like Marnie's mom.
Yeah, you're
and
going
her
up the
boyfriend
roller
was
coaster.
over.
Feels
Oh,
great,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sitting there, and then I was dying for Tall Guy Brandon, my buddy, to show up. As soon as he gets there, it hits me, and all I could do was be like, "Brando, I'm not gonna be able to talk pretty soon. I'm sorry, but it's happening, and I couldn't function.
So it's like the click, 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 the roller coaster, and then it just boom for people. I think it really does happen to people, though.
You're blessed,
It
man.
does to me.
You can do as much as you want. You're
It's
always
incredible.
fine.
Here's what's incredible about you. I've seen you like really take it in, and like I would be destroyed. And you'll kind of start like we were doing that clip show thing.
Yeah.
And I could see you kind of start to get there, but then you just fucking work your way right out of it. You're like normal again. And I'm like, how do you reverse that?
Well, the thing that surprised me the most is because I think I've known a lot of people who like if they take like 2 or 3 weeks off from doing it. So like when you had your hiatus and then they come back and it's like it's unmanageable. But you just like fucking riding a horse.
It's good for the body.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of mental conversations I think that happen though.
Yeah,
there's something to be said for that too. Like you can kind of sometimes you can steer your way out of it. Like, oh no, I should not be thinking about this right now.
Yeah,
let's think about something else.
Think about it more.
No, but you have to. I honestly believe, and I always thought that everybody just did this because there is times whenever you get high, regrettably high is what I call it.
Yeah,
like, I am regrettably high right now, which means like, all right, we should not be where we're at right now. But I literally have like an inside voice that's just like, people have been here before, bro. You'll get through it, and you're gonna come back down. Let's enjoy the time down, huh? Let's enjoy the time up. Let's enjoy the view from up here, and then it just kind of like subsides a little bit, as opposed to the opposite. Which I'm assuming it will become the opposite though at one point, because the guy that called me and told me he officially hung it up, that guy was a machine, and I think maybe that's probably what happened.
I have that voice too. It just doesn't work. Or I'll just go in the.
Your voice just doesn't listen to you.
I'll go in the mirror and I'll fucking look in the mirror and I'll splash water on my face and be like, not one single person has ever died from this. Why don't you just fucking chill out, dude?
Yeah,
Dude.
Yeah.
and you don't listen.
The only time
If I do it long enough, it eventually works. All right, the shower works a lot. The shower's a big one for me. I just jump in the shower,
that could work. The only
take a
time
nice
it
cold
ever-
shower. It's nice.
The only time it ever worked for me was at Clayton's concert, this last one. And I was like, I knew, I was like, oh no, here it comes. I went too far. I fucking hit it too long, too many times. I'm fucked. And Clayton's going to call us on stage. I know he's going to call us on stage, and I'm not going to be ready.
This is your fault, Todd.
I'm having this whole conversation. I'm like, all right, just start practicing moving your mouth. So I'm like, moving my mouth. And then I'm like, all right, try a word. Say a word. And then I would be like, fuck, did I say that out loud or am I just thinking that I said it out loud? It was a fucking struggle. But luckily, I think adrenaline does help. When we hit the stage, I like halfway through the Heartland Radio theme song, I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's our song. And then I realized what was going on, and I was able to battle out of it. But, oh, man. It is so much fun, though.
The thought of Todd just thinking, and let him run wild. And Marnie, listen. Marnie, listen to me. Am I saying every word in this sentence? And let him run wild. Hey, you sound good, Todd. That's all I need to hear.
Yeah, that's the other part of it, when the paranoia kicks in. Because you think everyone else can notice what you're doing or everyone else is looking at you. And in reality, half the time no one's paying any attention to you.
Right.
Every picture I post, people say I'm high as shit. It's like, yo, no, I'm not. Will you get off my ass? People, every single photo that I post in the comments are like, oh, a little vitamined up, are we, Pat? And then it's like, oh, look at the cuz he grilled. I'm like, I'm not. That is my sober face right now.
It also helps working in an environment like this where it's like if you get high, like no one's gonna fucking say anything.
Oh, is that right?
Well, I mean, I can handle my shit when I'm high, so you know.
I'm joking. What if I
That's
start
true.
drug
You can.
testing?
You can function very well.
But also, like, you know, when you'd work like a normal job and I'd go in and just be so high, and be like, oh shit, I got to talk to people for the next 8 hours. Like, this wasn't smart at all. You just don't have to worry about it anymore. It's nice.
It's funny to think of me just drug tested. All right, everybody's getting tested except for me. Like asshole boss. That happens. I think that actually happens, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
I mean, the more and more documentaries I watch, the more and more hilarious bosses act. Like, I understand why people hate.
Oh, yeah.
Like the executive level of a lot of places.
Yeah.
People are making hilarious decisions for people.
And they're rarely good.
But I am literally in that position now, right? And it's like I'll ask Phil. I'll be like, Phil, what do other people do in this situation? And he'll tell me like 3 different options. He's like, well, these 2 people do this, this type of this is also an option. I was like, those are bad options. Hey, those are really bad options right there. He was like, well, we can think of a way. And I'm like, oh, this is great. Just reinventing the fucking business of business. What a fucking dum-dum. It's interesting, though. The way companies have run for so long is very interesting. I've been reading into it, like looking into it. There's a reason why those billionaires become billionaires, though, because they literally want nobody else to win.
Including their own employees.
Like, so I'm saying,
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I've started to gather the question, like, is it possible to make $1 billion without literally fucking humans over at some point? And I'm like, it seems as if, I mean, Mark Cuban might be the guy that has done it, right? Mark Cuban is self-made billionaire by all accounts, and it seems like nobody hates him. So I think it is possible. It doesn't sound like it's
not easy, but it's doable.
Yeah, and it doesn't obviously it doesn't always make you a great person, but that mindset, that survival mindset, or that divide and conquer mindset, like the dude, it's like if they all have that mindset of the fiance in the Titanic guy. Like, I'm getting on that fucking boat, and I don't care what little kid or what little girl doesn't get to go on the boat. You know what I mean? But he got on the boat. No problem. He didn't freeze to death to sink to the bottom of the ocean.
But forever he has to live with that.
Yes.
That's always my
Which
big
they
thing.
can.
Which is wild.
I know, right?
Because when you and maybe that's the vitamins, by the way.
Yeah,
Maybe that is my negative reaction. It's just not, because when I lay my head down, I just think of it. I'm like, oh my God, now I'm not gonna be able to sleep for at least the next 4 hours thinking about that. And that's all I ever try to do is go to bed at night with like nothing but positive things on my pillow.
It might bother you or them for a night, but like me, you'll eventually get over it.
I don't know, Diggs. I don't know. That's why I'm happy you don't make decisions for me.
Me too. Me too. I don't need responsibility.
It's going to be cool. I think it's going to be fun to figure that out, though, as we go.
I think so, too. It is interesting, though, to look at those stories. And we won't mention any names. There's some heroes in there. But, there's probably more than one documentary you can find on those kind of people.
Yeah.
But it is an incredible mind. And I'm kind of I have admiration, definitely, for anybody who can succeed and reach the highest level of success in what they do.
Not easy.
You have to admire it.
Not easy, no matter what you are.
You don't want to be their kid, probably. Or, you know what I mean? Well, maybe you do. I don't know. You're rich as fuck. But, you're going to probably.
It's all relative.
Probably not going to have
They have problems, too. That they
you're
face.
you're going to need
just
a really
different.
good
Well, and
therapist.
it depends too. You got, if like Bernie Madoff's your dad. I mean, his kid killed himself. Couldn't live with it. So it's
I mean,
kind of a slippery slope there.
Wait,
I got through that movie, by the way. Good movie.
Did you?
What's it called?
Wizard of Lies.
See, that's another financial guy.
yes.
But he fucked over everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Literally
He
every
just
human.
mowed everybody down.
Every human he encountered in his entire life, he screwed over.
Even like his best friend.
And his
in the
kids.
world.
His kids, too.
His
Yeah.
kids. And his kids, these things that you're supposed to create, and as soon as you look at him, you don't know love until you look at this thing. He raised him and then just completely screwed him over.
Man, fuck him. I'm gonna need his money someday.
And he would just sleep. And he would just sleep at night silently in a penthouse. We're off and running here, boys. It's a wild world.
narcissist, I believe, is what that's.
Rick Rubin seems to be a guy who got to the top that nobody really hates. Seems as if it's the case.
Mm-hmm.
He's very wealthy, that guy. He did a comedy special, I think, for somebody, produced by Rick Rubin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Huh. Jared Carmichael.
I guess that's big business. You can make a lot of money doing that, I guess.
What's that?
Like produce comedy specials.
Really?
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. Like,
Well, if you're Eddie Murphy,
Like-
they offered him $70 million to come back to stand up.
dude,
Good for him.
worth it. I love Eddie Murphy's stand-up, man. When he was on, and that's all he did was those. And plus, he invented pretty much the special, like that you watched on video form.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Really?
yeah, because he did
Delirious
Raw and
or-
Delirious,
Raw.
Yeah.
and they released in theaters. People weren't doing that.
I didn't know that.
So now you see them on, streaming platforms and stuff, but we didn't have streaming platforms. So you saw like quick little 6-minute sets on late night TV. That's a comedy you watch.
That's why it was so big to get on Carson and Letterman in there.
Yes.
Because that's how you make it. You work, you get invited to that late show, then you hopefully go from there.
Yeah, I would like to, I don't know who, it would be interesting to see who came up with that idea for him because it fucking destroyed and it changed things forever.
How do we feel about Eddie Murphy feeling slighted by Saturday Night Live and then saying "fuck you" and never coming back? How do we feel
love it.
about that?
I love it.
Love
Power
it.
move.
Love it.
Love it.
Because he was bigger than Saturday Night Live.
And then he went back, for the 25th anniversary, and he refused to say anything funny. He just said, all right, have a good night. That was it. Because it was a big deal he was going to be there. Like, Eddie Murphy's finally back for Saturday Night Live. Eddie Murphy's finally back, blah, blah, blah. And he came out, and it was just like a 3-second thing. He still wasn't over what had happened 20
Who
years.
cited him, Lauren?
Legend.
Yeah, I guess he was blowing up, and they were trying to bury him.
I guess Lauren isn't very fun to work for.
Yeah.
But there's like a few people that love him, I guess, but then... most people.
I'm
I don't know anything about
It
him.
was a lot more volatile back then too. All those guys were drunk and on drugs and shit. And I think maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was the Chevy Chase, Bill Murray. Like those guys were getting pushed so much more than everyone else was, and like Eddie Murphy had 8 or 9 like characters who were huge on SNL, and they were just like, all right, well, fuck you, pal. Same with Chris Rock and.
It was. I'm not going to make any judgments on this, but if you've watched Saturday Night Live, go back a decade and a half or so, you didn't see a lot of people of color.
No, definitely
with big
not.
roles on there,
Right.
So Eddie was the first one to get a big push, but then limited in some of the things that he thought he should be able to do. But they had like the Wayans brothers, Damon. Was on there, couldn't hardly even get on camera.
Yep.
Tell me he wasn't better than 99% of those motherfuckers on that show.
So Damon Wayans, he is from. Is he bald?
Yeah, God damn, what is that movie?
No, that's
Major Pain.
Yes.
Major Pain.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that Damon Wayans?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
Yep.
bald.
Oh, that fucking Major Pain movie.
Stunner.
Hey, he makes me cry there at the end. When little Tiger, what's his name?
Yeah, Tiger.
Tiger, he's doing the thing. By the way, there's my brain again showing a picture of a tiger. leading like the whatever that
The
is.
march or whatever.
Yeah.
What
Well,
was
that was they went and did In Living Color.
Yeah.
They
In
were
Living
like
Color.
the main. His
Oh, with
family
Jim
was the
Carrey.
main people
Yep.
behind that.
And Damon Wayans was like the biggest.
And it was a
the
predominantly
funniest part of it.
African-American cast, yeah.
Him and Jim Carrey were like the 2 funniest dudes on there. And you tell me he wasn't good enough when he was on Saturday Night Live that he wasn't able to get in sketches. Bullshit. There's no way.
Do you think you could create like an in living? So this is like WWE when WCW happened. It made WWE better. WWF at the time, then WWE. They bought him out. In Living Color, I assume pushed Saturday Night Live to be better too, right? I assume they pushed each other.
Probably.
Now-
That and Mad TV too.
Oh, with the guy that does the oranges out of the mouth on Vine.
Will
Will
Sasso.
Sasso. Caliendo was on Mad TV for a long time.
Now there's nothing else other than Saturday Night Live, right?
Right.
There's a new
So
show
he's pushing them.
on
He's pushing
HBO that is an all-black female cast, I believe.
Really?
It's called it's literally
Yeah.
called like the all-black
It is.
sketch show or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
How is it?
I haven't seen it. It's not out yet. They were just showing previews for it. I don't think it's out yet, at least.
Sketch shows. People can just do sketch shows all the time, huh?
Yeah.
Because on that Bring the Funny or whatever, there's sketches that just pop out. There's a group of 9 that just pops out of nowhere. It's like, what? Oh, there's people that just do sketch shows.
Right.
Like that. I didn't know that. I don't think I live in a big enough
So
city.
what was on Nicola? Was it All That? Was All
Oh yeah.
That?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was. I tell you what. Like,
That's where
2 in
Keenan-
that era you could get by with more. I think a show like In Living Color maybe could only exist on the internet now, which would still crush. But like Damon Wayans had this character Handyman,
Yep.
handicapped superhero.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no way you could get away with that now. You know what I mean?
Unless
And
it was like a
hilarious
cartoon.
sketch. Yeah.
like there's people that just do sketch shows and travel the country as if they're stand-up comedians.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like Helium Comedy Club this weekend, insert name of sketch show group. And they come out and just do like 6 different sketches.
Yeah.
There is one I saw. I think it was either HBO, Showtime, one of the premium channels. They did a special on them. Asperger's Are Us. So they're
yeah.
a group of 4 comics that do this, and
Oh,
they
yeah,
do
yeah.
sketch shows, but they all have Asperger's syndrome. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit awkward for people in the crowd sometimes
Broken
because they
Lizard-
don't know what they're seeing.
The Broken Lizard guys were that way.
Yeah.
The guys that did Super Troopers and stuff, they were a troupe that traveled and did.
See,
that kind of stuff.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Saturday Night Live is where you do sketches, or the Groundlings, is where
Groundlings,
you do
yep.
the sketches or whatever.
Second City.
Yeah, I was saying, isn't that all
Second
Second City is?
Yep.
But there's groups that travel, and I didn't know that until Bring the Funny. I watched Bring the Funny. I was like,
Yeah.
I think I'd be kind of interested in a show there. So what do? They do like a 3-minute skit, and then they have to reset the whole thing up, and then they leave, and then come back.
I think improv would be fun as fuck.
Is that how?
Improv.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Improv is one thing that I've always been fucking super interested in.
Yeah, I would love to do improv.
'Cause you're
And
just
there's not
trying
really
to-
a market for it around here, but
There's one of those. There's a improv
Yeah.
thing here.
seems like they have their set little group, right? They have like
Yeah,
a
I
red
think
team,
so.
blue team situation thing going on.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could get in there or not. Probably not good enough.
They are good though. I think Kobe Fleener and I went to one of their classes. I went to one of the classes one time. was interesting. It was very interesting. A lot of improv comedy. They do a lot of like the acting stuff where you like, all right, everybody dance in a circle here, and like kind of free all your negative thoughts and then do it. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
It's so
good, very
fun.
nice people too.
I have a buddy that's in Second City, but he's not in the big group yet. He's in the, I don't know, the middle stages or whatever. And so he's trying to make a go of it. So
Like when
he loves it.
We did that hat talk a few weeks ago. It's so fucking fun, dude. Just sitting there and just coming up with the dumbest shit in the world and seeing what makes people laugh and what doesn't is hilarious.
It would be. I feel like we would be really good at putting together like a Saturday Night Live type show, internet based.
Let's do it.
Because it's just sketches.
Why not? Let's do it.
Like the hat talk thing. We made that in like 15 minutes.
All right, somebody just give us let's go ahead and outline it in. Somebody puts an outline together, and then we have the space to build the sets. And we just film them, and then we let them out.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Maybe that's something we could plan for, be ready for it when football is done.
Oh, spring.
Give us something to add to the spring
one
schedule.
a week.
Spring 2020.
All right.
Tuesday Night Live?
Well,
Maybe not.
Secondary Wednesday Night Live.
I like where your head's at. I like where your head's at.
Yeah, but I think it would be fun.
I think it'd be a good time.
The only thing that would be tough about that is like SNL, notoriously does like a dress rehearsal, so they actually know beforehand. Like, okay,
We don't wanna
that
do that.
shit
No,
sucks.
no.
We can't do that tonight
Yeah.
on the show.
They never say that, by the way.
No,
I don't think they ever say that anymore.
Well,
I don't
does-
think anybody says that shit sucks. It shouldn't be on the air.
does it have to be
Yeah, I
probably
think it
not.
just
Probably
gets
not.
out.
Does it have to be live? Can it be edited and put out?
It wouldn't be
Well,
live.
yeah, it wouldn't be live anyway.
Yeah,
so I guess
okay,
it
so
wouldn't
we're
matter.
good.
But
So that just
Here's what we would be good at. I think coming up with the idea, and instead of just a bunch of rehearsals, we sit down and we do it like 4 or 5 times,
Yeah.
take our best cuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is just like the meditation thing, though. You're going to get us to sit there for 4 to 5 takes on the same thing.
Well, I mean, we talk about a lot of things.
Yeah.
We probably have 13 ideas a day. Might do one of them.
yeah,
You never know.
I don't want to be average.
And you don't have to be. Because if you work hard. You deserve to treat yourself. And after a long day at the office, job site, whatever it may be, and you come home, the last thing you want to do is go back out. You want to hit your couch and relax. So whether you want red wine at 4 p.m., sushi at 9 p.m., breakfast burrito at 8 a.m., before a hard day at work, ibuprofen at 10 a.m., doesn't matter. Postmate it. Postmates is your personal food delivery, grocery delivery, whatever kind of delivery service you need all year round. Anything you're craving, Postmates can deliver. They're the largest on-demand network in the U.S. and offer delivery from all the restaurants, grocery, and convenience stores and traditional retailers you could possibly want or need. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, Postmates will bring you what you need within the hour. No more trips to the store. You don't even have to know where the store is. Doesn't matter. Postmates will bring anything to you. Download the app for iOS or Android for free, browse local restaurants and businesses, and track your delivery in real time. For a limited time, Postmates is giving our listeners $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. To start your free deliveries, download the app and use code Heartland. That's code Heartland for $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days when you download the Postmates app. Anything you need, anytime you need it, Postmate it. Download Postmates and save with code Heartland.
I was going to tell you guys a story before we get out of here. I got a fact or fiction too. I'll wait for Pat to get back from the bathroom. But I saw this story about this lady in Germany tried to buy a car with money that she just printed at home on her home printer or whatever, and they just kind of laughed her out of there, called the cops or whatever. But I ever tell you about the bank robbers that bought the car with the bank money?
No, I don't think so.
So I was working a bank robbery. No, here's why. My dad was a reserve deputy at the time in Shelby County, where he lived. So I was not even working that night, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just go ride around with my dad." So I'm just riding shotgun with him, and then there's a bank robbery call. So it was during the day. It was a bank robbery call in Morristown, Indiana. So we're in the other part of the county. So we just bust ass to try to get over there, but a bunch of guys got there earlier. The town marshal and somebody else. They end up chasing the guys in the car. They end up crashing out their car, ran off into some woods. So then by the time everybody gets up there, it's like a manhunt situation, right? Got a helicopter out there trying to set up a perimeter or whatever. Can't find the guys. So they call off the perimeter eventually. We go back to the other side of the county where my dad's zone was. And then a lady ends up calling the police because 2 guys came up, and it's dark now. It's nighttime by now. Come up to her. She has a car in her driveway for sale for like $700 with a little sign on it. And these guys said, "We want to buy your car." And she's like, "Okay." And they're like, "We got cash right now." And reach into their pants, just pull out wads of muddy wet money because they had crossed creeks, been in fields and all this shit, and just hand her $700 of bank money that's been dragged through these creeks and mud. And she was like, "Okay," and takes it, sells the car to them. And then later it's like, "That's kind of odd. I should probably call the police or something about that." So she does. We end up finally catching the guys, but they before we get up there, they these cops jumped out to stop them, 1 trooper and 2 deputies, and the guy ran at one of the deputies in the car. So then the car gets shot to fuck. They just blow the shit out of this car, and so the lady's car gets destroyed. She gets the story gets famous after this. Like that lady went on Letterman, all kinds of shows just because the story was so outrageous.
Did she get her money back for a fucking car?
Never, no. Her car was gone. Yeah, it's set up at the state police post forever. It had fucking bullet holes. It looked like a Bonnie and Clyde situation, that car. And nobody got hit.
Well, that's
nobody
good.
inside got hit. It was incredible.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I just took an incredible leak. I missed something good, I think.
Yeah, we stumbled into accidentally. I was telling this bank robbery story, and yeah, ended up.
We do a sketch show in front of a live audience, right? Yeah, you have to.
I think so.
Yeah.
Have to.
Yeah.
So we'd rent a theater. We'd film like 5 sketches in one night, and then you would release them weekly, right?
Yeah. Would we have rehearsals in that situation? Since there's a paid audience or whatever, or live audience?
They're not paid. They didn't pay for that for sure because we have no idea how it's going to go. Right. Maybe it'll be like a $5 donation to a foundation to get in.
There we go.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, you paid, but not really.
Right.
You know what I mean? You donated. Probably going to get back some anyways because it's a 501c3.
Right.
So maybe it's one of those.
Because messing up can also be funny.
That's why I don't love the rehearsal idea. I think that's what's ruined Saturday Night Live. There's no natural reactions to what people are saying anymore. That's why Jimmy Fallon's so over, right? Because he laughed at Will Ferrell.
True.
Yeah.
Because I felt
he used to break all the time. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm like that guy. You know, I'm laughing like that guy. None of that happens anymore.
Yeah.
Because they know their line. They're just waiting for the line to get out.
And who knew that laughing would ruin his career down the road? He's insufferable.
I agree.
He's insufferable.
I agree.
Jesus, Todd.
He is. I used to love Jimmy Fallon. He's like one of my favorite guys on SNL, and he is just the fucking worst now.
It's that terrible song that did it for me.
Oh, Idiot Boyfriend?
Yep, ruined him.
He got big because playing colleges, right? He was. I
think
He
so.
would do the comedy music thing, like he would do parody of famous rock artists and shit, and it played well at colleges.
Yep.
I think he's talented with that shit.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. But everything in between is, maybe retool it a bit, Jimmy.
He's everywhere, by the way. Well, he was there for a while. I don't know about anymore. But NBC was pushing him everywhere. Good run. He had a good run.
He's doing quite well for himself.
No, yeah, he definitely is.
Does he still have
good for
he's
him.
still at 11:30? Good for him, man. It's been a good run.
Big time.
It's been a good run, yeah.
Goes to everything.
Do you think he stays on there for another 10 years?
Probably.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, I who knows? He's probably making a shitload of money, I would assume.
Oh, yeah. You're the 11:30 show on NBC.
I assume
And
there's
I'm-
people that like him.
I'm pretty
almost
sure
booed him, right?
Lorne Michaels is the executive producer of his
yeah.
show. He owns NBC, so and he loves Fallon. He's not going
Didn't
anywhere.
they threaten him though because he had the drinking problem?
Yeah. He
I don't know.
He almost
His
almost
finger
ripped his
almost
finger
flew
off. Yeah.
because he was
Really?
too drunk.
Yeah, you'll have that though.
Why do they have such a tough time finding the next Letterman or Conan? Like since Conan, really, nobody.
Letterman's one of a kind.
Craig Ferguson.
He was good. Yeah, you're right.
I used to watch Craig Ferguson. I wanted to, when I went to college, I wanted to be a late night TV host. I wanted to do late night. So I actually looked into it and watched other people. I thought Craig Ferguson was good. And then they got rid of him when they got rid of Letterman because he wanted to move up. They wanted to start anew or whatever. That late night crowd now, though, boy.
Who was the car
I just
guy?
think people's tastes have changed.
Well,
since
now
then, too.
it's only for YouTube.
Yeah.
Everything is just
Right.
clipped for YouTube. Even the conversations are just clips so they can be a YouTube clip. That's all anything is.
It's so politically correct too. Like Fallon, for example, like you're not getting anything out of those interviews. He's just going to laugh at everything they say. Like Letterman used to bury guys all the time.
Yeah.
Like he didn't care. You know, he'd embarrass people.
That
up
was
there if he had
also
to.
used to be the only way you would hear some of those like A-list actors and stuff. That would be the only appearances they would do. Now people were doing like podcasts and doing their own internet stuff, and I just think there's too many avenues for people to go.
Dude, when he would bury somebody, like if it was a horrible interview,
Oh,
or
yeah.
you could tell a person was drugged out of their mind or something, and he'd say, well, that's been a great interview. Wish you could have been here for it. Yeah. And then he would just fucking go right past him. He's the best. I got a fact or fiction. It's movie related. You guys want to get it?
Let's do it.
Has something to do with what we were talking about on Pat's show yesterday, Aladdin, the movie Aladdin. In the original...
Isn't there an intro song?
Oh, yeah.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop your fucking lying.
You don't know if I'm lying or not. I could be telling the truth. That's why it's called fact or fiction. Sorry, Zito. I almost skipped right through it.
We have a good intro. That's a good intro.
Getting rusty.
Like, honestly, not a
Great
lot of
intro.
segments have intros around here.
It hasn't gotten an award yet, and that boggles my mind. But, I mean, I think it might be one of the better intros for the comedy genre of podcasts going.
Yeah. What was that, see?
Diggs is one.
I don't want to be average.
It cut out.
I don't.
All right. Well, here it is. In the original 1992 animated film Aladdin, the main character Aladdin's face was intentionally drawn to make the audience feel as if they already know Aladdin and wanted to ensure female viewers considered Aladdin a heartthrob. So even though they weren't cast as voice actors in this film, the director merged the faces of two of the most popular heartthrobs of the time period, Michael J. Fox and Tom Cruise. Is this piece of historical movie trivia fact or fiction?
I feel like Aladdin was darker than those guys.
Well, a lot of whitewashing back in the day.
Yeah.
I'll say fact. That sounds
Fact?
believable.
Yeah.
This is 1,000% fact.
Okay.
Because he does look like this, too.
Really?
Now that you think about it,
Yeah.
That's your subconscious talking.
Well, he's
You're
got Tom's.
hey,
He's got
you were
Tom's
seeing
eyes.
both of them, but didn't realize at the time.
He's
you
got
were
Tom's
seeing.
eyes in Michael's face for sure.
There you go.
Yeah,
Anybody else?
I think it's fact.
Okay.
I've never seen it. So,
Bring up a picture on your phone of the 1992 Aladdin.
nah, I'd be cheating. I don't want to. I need to make up some ground, too. So this sounds like the fakest thing I've ever heard in my life. Fiction. I am on a fiction team.
I'm also gonna go fiction.
Fiction.
Hold on. Zito and I seem to agree a lot, and somehow he's at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, Zito's got like an 88% win clip
Suck
out
it,
here.
Yeah.
you piece of shit.
I thought we were changing that.
Yeah, I'm all in to get kicked off Fortnite.
Zito got a sponsorship
I
opportunity.
say,
by the way.
Patriot
Yeah.
Gaming's not gonna like
Pretty
that.
good contract.
Oh, does he have to tone it down, though?
Yeah.
Corporate man?
Nobody could bring me down.
Corporate Z.
It is a terrible contract.
Never would have guessed.
It is bad. I bet you people are signing those, though, by the way.
Oh, left and right.
Yeah. Go ahead, Foxy.
Seems logical, so I say fact.
Fact. So
Yeah.
we got 4 facts, 2 fictions. This piece of historical movie trivia is indeed fact. Fuck. What a brilliant fucking idea.
They're just. I mean, I just know that Disney corrupts children's minds, so this was another way to do it. So it was a definite fact.
They're like kids are simple.
How'd I get that wrong? I mean, everybody got it right except for me and Z. Zito still
One
remains
team,
in
one
the
dream,
lead.
baby.
It's unbelievable.
I wouldn't know. I mean, I looked when I wrote this up. Obviously, I looked at the picture of Aladdin. I mean,
Well, it's like I'm picturing it, and
if you
I
would
don't
have said
think
guess
it
why
looks
two
like
faces
them.
were merged, I would have never.
The hair's definitely Tom's too.
Yeah.
You think?
because it's
Oh, yeah.
black.
Well, no, there's a nice. Yeah.
I think he's wearing a turban, isn't he?
He is.
Well, yeah, but you can still see his hair.
The bangs.
Well, no, it's a hat.
It
not
comes
a
off.
turban.
Yeah. Tom Cruise got in there, I guess, because it was right after Top Gun came out. So originally, it was just going. They were just going to use Michael J. Fox's
Really?
face.
Top Gun was 86. When was Aladdin?
92.
92.
Probably Mission Impossible, maybe.
Yeah.
That would have been the first Mission Impossible movie.
I mean, he
Cocktail.
Cocktail. Could have been
Cocktail was like
Cocktail.
88.
Yeah.
But they were like, hey, we should add some sexiness to it as well. Genius.
Well, they did the
Insane.
same. Trust me, they did the
Disney
same with
genius.
fucking Jasmine because it worked for me.
And the boy Dixie.
Yeah.
Yeah. There he is. Spitting image of Tom Cruise.
And
Michael J. Fox.
They were doing the face app long ago. Good for them. People are so smart, man. People are so smart.
Think about everything. Think about everything.
We're talking about people that get to the highest level.
Yeah.
Like, there you go. It's thinking like that takes you from Looney Tunes to Disney. You know what I'm saying?
Well said.
Looney Tunes is like, let's just be full racist. Everything we do is going to be race oriented. It's going to be subtle, just subtle raceness or subtle racial overtones.
Looney Tunes?
Can you cite some examples?
Oh yeah.
What is Looney
Okay.
Tunes? Which
The
one is that?
fucking
Bugs Bunny
Yeah.
and Porky Pig and Daffy Duck.
Oh god, the Speedy Gonzales had to get rid of him. His lazy ass fucking sidekick buddy. I'm so sleepy.
His name was
Just-
Sleepy, I think. Yeah.
So he's a pothead? Or?
This lazy Hispanic character that they played on. Yeah.
Fucking Acapulco Joe.
Mexico Joe Donnelly. Guy's still not into politics.
Is
Hold on.
Tom and Jerry Looney Tunes?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Warner Brothers.
By the way, Tom and Jerry was the only thing I watched. You're saying that's racist?
No, the maid. So stereotypical. Thomas! Fucking Aunt Jemima, like housekeeper type person.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah.
Well, you got that DVD loaded with like 5 hours of content, so maybe just dive into that this weekend.
Should not have DVR'd Tom and Jerry. They go on like 7-hour binges where they only show Tom and Jerry. And my DVR just picks it right up. It's on there. I got probably 10 years worth of Tom and Jerry on my DVR right now. You're saying there's racism in Tom and Jerry?
I mean, you wouldn't be able to get by using that character in today's cartoons. I don't
That
think.
makes sense. I was only thinking of the main guys, like Bugs and them.
Yosemite Sam was a racist white bastard.
If you,
So was that fucking chicken.
I'm sure there's.
Foghorn Leghorn?
If you go on YouTube and just Google like racist old episodes of Looney Tunes, I assure you there's a highlight clip. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I mean, it's cartoons. Family Guy still does it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
South
but
Park.
they don't hide it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Theirs is like parody.
I want to let you know that racist old Looney Tunes is not a Google suggestion. Just would like that to be known.
It was on YouTube.
Was it?
It popped up right away.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Jesus.
Yeah.
A look at Bugs Bunny's racist past.
Jump in that rabbit hole.
Google's burying the lead.
Bro. Richard McIntyre of the NAACP said to the New York Times that the cartoons are despicable. We encourage the film's owners to maintain them as they are, that is, locked away in their vaults. Jesus.
And that's racist.
Think about how terrible that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids were watching that and then going to school and trying to deal with cultural diversity. Not very well. They were learning all their little jokes from
Kids
Bugs Bunny.
show?
Oh yeah.
I don't think I watched
That's
that.
happened forever, though. When people make cartoons for kids, they'd slide in little things here and there.
Yeah, like a dick in the clouds or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ariel's boyfriend had a boner the entire time.
What?
What?
Ariel, you know the Little Mermaid.
I thought it was the
John.
priest.
The priest has. Yeah.
The
whatever.
priest has a boner while they're like getting married.
Are you serious?
Yeah, all these Disney movies have like little hidden things like Lion King, sex across the
Yeah,
screen.
when the dust goes up in the air.
Aladdin had all teenagers take your clothes off or some shit like that. Like a bunch of weird shit. Disney used to
Really?
throw in.
Subliminal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Will Smith's Aladdin had that?
No.
Yeah.
The original. The original.
Will Smith wouldn't allow it.
No way. Not Will Smith.
Because most of these artists were just college kids, and they're just like sneaking shit in there, you know?
Really?
That's incredible to think about. I never thought about it.
Yeah.
Because they would want to hire cheap, right?
Yeah.
And that's your big break to go work
Just
for
fucking
somebody like
drawing
that.
picture to picture.
One of the Oompa Loompas hanging in the background.
What?
No, that was
I think that was an urban legend.
no, that was fucking
On the Yellow Brick Road?
yeah, not the Oompa Loompas.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
who were
what?
those guys?
The Munchkins.
Oh, yeah, one of the Munchkins.
What happened?
One of the Munchkins, and when they're walking down the Yellow Brick Road, you could see him hanging, swinging in the back.
Who were the Munchkins?
From Wizard of Oz.
Well, that was a guy that actually committed suicide on set, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a Munchkin. I thought it was just a.
It was like
That's an
that.
urban legend, right? That's not real.
No, it's in there.
If you watch the original, you can like see someone hanging, unless
What?
they just.
What?
Come on.
I don't know. If
Shit.
that's,
Come on, you guys don't know this one?
I don't
No.
think that's actual.
I think it's a lie.
What? But everything else was true?
Typically, you'd clear the set if some guy's swinging from a rope. You
I mean,
know,
when did
but-
that come out? In like the 40s?
Yeah,
Yeah, early 50s, I
They didn't
think.
have CGI back
Tough
in the
time.
day.
Yeah, It's true.
Judy Garland did a great scene. They're not going to fucking make her do it again.
That's a good point.
One of the actors playing a Munchkin hanged himself
was a
during the
Munchkin.
making of The Wizard of Oz, and in this shot, his body can be seen hanging from a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, so they used him as a set dressing afterwards. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's way in the back.
Yeah,
It's not like a
back
Logan
there.
Paul thing. It's not like he was like right there.
It's
like-
hard to see. It's Fox. You would have cut it out.
They said there's
Absolutely.
absolutely no chance that this rumor is true, though,
There
after
we go.
showing the image.
Oh,
There we go.
Who is that?
Probably something
FinancialWizard.com.
Like when you look at it a certain way after we plant that seed of that's what it is, you're like, oh yeah, I think that's what it is.
That's like the I'm blue. If I was green, I would die.
How was it like that?
Okay, what are you saying?
Da da dee da dee da.
Yeah, we know the song, but what are you saying?
If you say if I was green, I would die. Now every time you hear it, you think
Oh,
that is
that's
what it
what the
says,
words
doesn't
are.
it?
Yeah.
that's what they say.
Blue.
If I was green, I would die.
So what are the words,
Well,
dude?
is that not the words?
No, it's da da dee da dee da.
Are you positive?
Well, let's find out.
Let's do it.
I thought that was just what the words I was using
I-
because I didn't know the real words.
I thought those were the actual words, though. I'm blue. If I were green, I would die.
That's definitely what it is.
When you listen for
making
dabba dee
sounds.
dabba
You
die,
hear it.
you definitely
was
hear
this the
it.
original Laurel?
By the way, it was definitely Laurel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
Versus
the other
what
one? I
was
didn't
the
know
other
the other one.
Yanni.
Yanni.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard them both. I know. I remember.
I never heard anything but Laurel.
And I saw a gold dress, too.
Oh yeah. That
I
thing
saw blue.
No, maybe I saw a blue dress.
Blue and black.
I forget.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, maybe I saw blue only.
I think it's my CT. I always hear and see both of them.
Really?
There was one time I saw the other color of the dress.
I think that
And
was
I
just a
f-
fake image.
It
every
freaked
time.
me out. Freaked when you see the other color.
Yeah, I think they just put a different photo out.
No, but it
Right.
was for like a matter of seconds. Does that make sense?
Oh.
Like I saw it. I went into like a bathroom and new lighting. My eyes might have adjusted. Boom. saw
Rods
it.
and cones are all screwed up.
What just happened?
Your rods and cones in your eyes. That's how you see and interpret colors.
Really?
Oh,
I'll tell you what color blindness is all about, right? Mm-hmm. I don't understand color blindness.
Me neither.
That's the weirdest.
That
thing
is,
to me.
we've had that debate before. It is a tough subject.
Yeah,
It's tough to talk about.
I think we all see different colors.
it is because the whole thing of was your blue, my blue. That
Who's
whole
blue?
fucking
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, like
Chris-
oh yeah, we all agree that tie sleeves are blue, but you might be seeing green and call it blue.
Blue.
It's the weirdest fucking.
I don't like the way
Zito's
you
just
just
waiting
said.
for blue.
I know because
No, that's real, though.
It's just a
That's-
running
I
loop.
think
that
we've
no one
had
can
this
To be
ever
honest, I
solve.
remember we
Yeah.
talked about it before, and Diggs had a
Yes.
hard time with it last time too.
Yeah,
Well, I
we've
just
had this
don't.
conversation.
Well, yeah, we talked about it earlier and how my brain does things, and I just don't like what you just said.
Okay, you go. What color is this?
Brown.
Everybody sees that, but what if your brown is my green, right?
Yes.
That's the conversation.
Well, that just doesn't make
It
sense.
just blows your mind though, right? But
No,
it's possible.
I will refuse to think about it.
I don't know.
Just do it. Get really high and think about it.
In front of a fire.
colors, bro. What are colors?
Having a colorblind friend is the best, though.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'm not even gonna talk about it. Poor guy, dude. All anybody would ask him is what color everything is. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm colorblind.
Every color? Who's colorblind? Or just a couple?
Yeah,
Most of them.
It's like greens and reds they have trouble with. I think.
That was
Yeah.
everything.
and blue and purple, obviously.
We'd like ask him to play a video game. You know I can't. I can't differentiate who's
Who's
on
on
what
what
side.
team? FIFA. Couldn't play FIFA. We played against a soccer team. We were purple, they were blue. And nobody had a white. And he damn near had to get pulled out of it. It was so sad. So sad. Like before the game, the coach was like, "Do you guys have a white alternate jersey? Is there any way?" And they're like, "No." And we're like, "We don't either." Like, "Oh, it's okay." And everybody's like, "Not for our one guy."
I was just convinced it was like this long-standing gimmick or bit that he had run for years.
would have.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chris, our buddy Chris. He's the type of guy that would do that. But no, it seems pretty legit. He's still holding on to it at least.
He was passing it directly to the other team. He's one of our best players too. Very good player, but he had no idea who was on what team unless he like made eye contact. So like everything just changed. It was like he had to stop, stare, survey, then pass. It was. I felt so bad for him.
I wonder if today they would make some kind of modification to suit him. Like, you know what I mean?
They have those
Seems like
glasses
something
now,
in
don't
today's
they?
world they'd be like, "Oh, okay, you guys got to tie a white band around your arms or something."
Still, I mean,
They actually do in video games now. Like if you play like Call of Duty, there's a setting where you can change the name the way it displays above a character, so it shows in
you
a color
serious?
that colorblind people can interpret.
Yeah,
Like a whole menu
genius.
pops up and like shows you what colors you can see and can't see. It's like an eye test.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's insanity. I felt bad for him.
Can
Good guy,
dogs?
though.
Did dogs see in color? Do you think?
No.
They say
No.
they
We
don't.
say no.
Deer are also colorblind, right? That's why they wear orange out there in the
They
woods.
are so dumb.
But bulls can
Deer?
see color?
yeah,
Yeah.
the dumbest.
Why do you think
They're
deer
just
are dumb?
big dumb animals.
I saw about
What are you talking about?
65 of them on the highway on my way back to Indy from Iowa,
Yeah.
just dead laying on the side of the road.
Yeah,
I mean, that's, you know.
proof positive right there.
A deer will
Exactly.
run into the side of your car.
Oh, yeah.
That's
oh,
how
yeah.
dumb they are.
Well, and I don't think
Dumb.
They're like giant rats. They
Those-
don't do anything.
What are we talking about
They're
here?
overpopulating the
Fucking
region.
tick infested pieces of shit.
And they just make a
is your
stupid.
problem?
They
You're
make that
just making things
stupid
up.
noise. Like,
oh no, they bring the ticks.
they used to have the deer whistles on the cars too, right?
Yes.
And they don't have those anymore.
Our police cars used to have them. I hit like 3 deer. There's no way those work at all.
A deer whistle?
Yeah.
To warn the deer
Was that like
you're
a
coming.
repellent?
That's where the whole phrase "deer in headlights" comes from because they see the headlights and they just freeze and just wait to get mowed over.
Guys, not my deer. Not the deer of my
Oh yeah,
house.
they're dumb as rocks.
Cute as fuck. They're cute.
There's a little baby one at the house now. He's like the size of Val. He's dumb.
Dumb as shit.
Yeah, he walked right up to us the other day. Just walked right up to us.
Really?
Almost got to pet him. I was almost like, you're going to get scolded by the other deer for this, but here's some corn, bro.
How about that fucking girl who's got the oddest pair of animals fucking falling around? Have you guys seen that?
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
So what? The first day it was a deer and a what?
That looks like a rabbit, maybe.
Deer and a rabbit just falls. She'll go and walks and it'll fall. And then the next day it was a skunk and a raccoon or
Was she
something
Snow
like that.
White?
Just falling.
Are these her animals?
I don't know
don't
what the
think
fuck
so.
they are, dude.
I dug in a little bit. So apparently, her parents own a veterinary rehab clinic.
Oh Jesus! Well,
Those are her friends.
They're
yeah,
domesticated.
takes away all legitimacy.
Yeah, it
I hope
does.
she doesn't get too close.
I don't know
Girl.
about domesticated because one was a skunk.
Yeah, you can
So-
domesticate a skunk.
You can
skunk.
domesticate
People have
anything.
pet skunks.
Yeah.
Well,
They have
that's
the
just
glands taken out.
disgusting.
If it has
Oh,
nipples, you can
I guess they're really
domesticate it.
smart.
Can you milk me, fucker?
Domestic.
I think Sam could really get a wild deer, though, to potentially just take a walk with her.
That would be awesome.
Well,
I
she
would
did
love
the
to
other
have a
day,
pet.
right? And then Jason came down the street.
Yeah, she's like befriending this family deer on the property, and it's very insane. They're all fat though. I mean, she's made them all fat.
Yeah, if you feed them, they will come.
I'm getting really close to being able to, like, touch a squirrel, I think, in my yard. Like, I have 2 of them that will let me get, like, 3 feet away before they'll run off, so I just know I can stop, and I just toss the peanut, like, right in front of it, and it doesn't run off. And it'll eat right in front of me.
Let's go.
3 feet, though. But that's, I keep shortening that range. Well, I think one of these days,
You give
I'll
them
be able to
peanut
get right
butter?
up there and hand it to
I
it.
can't wait till it fucking
Put a
eat
plate
your
out
face off.
with peanut butter. It'll gum them up. They'll get real confused. We used to do it in college. I actually had a squirrel in my apartment kitchen in college. We would put peanut butter on the fire escape on a plate, and he would come up and eat it. And one day, he chewed a hole through the screen, and he got into our kitchen and was just running around our kitchen.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I think you gave like cocaine or something. Like
gumming up on peanut butter. What a wild scene.
Yeah,
for
because he
this.
sits there. Because like you can feed him a peanut, and he'll fucking chew through it real quick and run away with it. But
That's
the
what I
peanut
throw
butter,
him.
it keeps him there for a while. So he has to sit there. He keeps pulling more out of the glob, and
Well, maybe I'll try it. Because right now I do the shelled peanuts.
Peanut butter's the way to go.
Because they're cool because they pick it up like little monkeys with their hands and they just rip off that top real
Yep.
quick and they toss out that peanut. And then they
Sam?
got to get to the second one.
Sam's mom has a raccoon that she hand feeds outside.
that's
Really?
wild.
See, that
Rip
would,
your face off.
No, he won't. He's been eating peanut butter from Sam's mom for probably a good decade. This thing just goes in there and it comes back.
It's gonna get rabies.
I
at
don't
some
trust
point.
him.
He like knocks on the door. He literally just waits. He like waits outside. Like, hey, excuse me. It's insanity. Animals are cool.
I know. I kind of think part of like old me would have been like, hey, dumb fuck, before you're going to have 100 squirrels before you know and they're going to fuck up your shit. But now I'm the point, I don't think I could hurt an animal now. Like
Yeah,
I'm
we're
in
a whole
love
new-
with animals. I used to even hunt and shit. And now I could never do that. And now I feel like I'm getting too soft.
Yeah,
But
me too.
I'd still shoot a deer right in the head.
Would you?
Yeah, they are so dumb. I hate them.
You look in their eyes. There's nothing there.
They are dumb. They are dumb.
down. Dick's co-signing, retweeting the shit out of what Nick just said. Nick, I didn't know you were an outdoorsman.
I'm not, but I would like to be. I'd like to shoot a deer right in the head.
What is your fucking deal with deer?
I hate. They're just stupid animals. They're a nuisance.
There are a lot of them.
What do you mean, bro? What about Christmas?
They're overpopulating the grub.
It was a reindeer. It was different.
No, they're just
Talking about
rain.
white-tailed deer.
Oh, the white deer.
Bambi.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's talk about racist undertones.
You heard me.
That's unbelievable. You hate white-tailed deer.
I wouldn't even shoot him in like the kill spot in the neck, so you could like just right in the face.
So you don't even want a trophy?
No.
I killed a deer one time. No,
shot it?
Yep. Went out with Tim McAfee, big hunter. You know, I went out in the middle of the woods, killed a deer. They couldn't find a
Gun or archery?
gun.
Attaboy.
Thank you. 30-06 Remington.
Oh,
It's got a little kick.
yeah.
Whenever they took me out to the range, Tim McAfee was hitting like a dip can from like 200 yards. I was not. And that was prevalent when we were in the woods. They couldn't find a wound on the deer.
Oh, really?
So I literally scared it to death.
Had a heart attack.
There was no exit wound. There was nothing. There's no blood on the entire thing. It just, I shot in its direction and it just
Dropped
and
dead.
it dropped dead. We tried to search for it and everything. Couldn't find a blood trail. And I was like, I know you hit it. And it turned out, no, I didn't. It just fucking dropped dead.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then Tim refused to believe the compass with his friend. He started drawing X's and O's in the mountains, and we got lost in the woods for fucking 5 hours. And that was my last time in the woods. That was it. I'm like, you know what, Dad? This isn't for me. Dragging a deer up and down a mountain that I didn't even shoot. This poor thing just had a heart attack.
You know, I would take a trophy. I would shoot it in the face and I would use my hatchet and I'd chop out its hooves.
I
I'd
wouldn't
take the
mind
hooves as a
field
trophy.
dressing a deer.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck
done
is
that.
wrong with you guys? What are we talking about? You just want to cut it open?
Well, yeah, I want the head above my fireplace. Nice 17-point buck. Just field dress it real quick. They would prefer that too because like 99.
the deer would?
Yeah, because like 99% of deers, their life ends with like a turkey vulture just eating their guts on the side of the highway. So I mean, you know, that's quick and painless.
The deer community has spoken.
Yeah, I think so.
Or a skull. If I had a deer skull with like a giant piece
Yeah,
of
those
it
are
missing,
pretty cool.
blown off.
What the fuck, dude?
I
Why
hate
do you
them.
Like
deer?
an old school cow.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. You hate deer this much.
What's to like?
They're cool. They're little lawn ornaments.
They're very cute.
They shit all over your yard. Bring ticks.
Dumbass little fucking shits too. Like little balls.
Ticks, you have no feelings about this.
I think if I could have a pet one, I would.
I feel
want a
bad
pet
because
one.
I clapped on your show yesterday about Will Smith, so I got to stick with it.
Look at that conscience.
I want a goat. And
Goats are awesome.
Now I'm being told you don't want to go.
You just throw out garbage. You don't have to have a garbage can anymore.
They jump around.
I had a lot
hilariously.
of people, I tweeted about it, and a lot of people that have goats were like, "Come get it. We got a bunch of them or whatever." And I was like, "Ooh, I should get a goat." And then some people were educating me. You're like, "Well, you basically got to turn your yard into a junkyard if you want a goat because they got to have all kinds of shit to climb on and stuff. Otherwise, they'll get like
Bro.
Yeah, but it's
tearing
awesome
shit
to
up.
watch.
Yeah, but bro, Vincent Van Gogh just hopping around in your dumpster backyard would be awesome.
I guess you could set up an obstacle course that looks cool. Right?
Yeah, and the dogs will like it too. Get little weaving things.
They're probably pretty friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure
they're
they
friendly.
are. There's no videos of
Watch
them
your
just
fingers.
headbutting anybody.
You don't have to recycle.
I know, and it was like the little pygmy ones too.
Safer than that raccoon Sam's mom's
Do
feeding
they
every day.
eat metal?
That's what I've.
I think
I've
they'll
been
chew it
told.
up, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard they will.
That's what I've been told.
They'll chaw on a can.
Cartoons that I've watched, they eat everything.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Then the can always gets stuck in their neck, and it's like you can see the can through their neck.
And they're sideways.
Yeah.
Yep.
Turn that song bitch sideways.
There's a pygmy breed or a dwarf breed or something they call them, but I guess they're like
Jesus.
more easy to domesticate than the others. They'll act like pets.
Well, that's what you need.
I got to find it
That's
you want
what
the
need,
you want the
Todd.
goat to sit and lay down and roll over.
and play with the dogs.
They'll probably eat the dog shit too, which is really nice.
Oh,
Put them in the
that's
mud
true.
room.
Yeah.
Get the dogs out and keep the goat in the house. That's what I should do.
Sam was going to a pig rescue this week.
That's what Marnie wants. She wants a pig.
Like where they put them on
Why?
a spick and they spin it.
They're really
A
smart.
rescue.
A roast.
Yeah, but they're just disgusting creatures.
Tastes phenomenal though.
There are some religions that refuse to eat pig because of how disgusting they are.
Yeah.
But I guess you can turn them into a little dog if you want.
Yeah. These neighbors we had across the field, they used to babysit my sister and I, and they had always had a pig that ran with their dogs and just thought it was a dog. It tried to bark like a dog. It would chase cars up the lane just like the dog.
Probably
acted
because it
just
never
like
looked
a
in the
dog.
mirror.
I know, and they're really smart, I guess.
Let's get an office pig.
No, the answer's
Potbelly
no, There's
pig?
no more animals coming in my life. We are at capacity.
So what do you
I told
do?
her.
What do you do to pig rescue then?
That's what I told her. I was like,
Like,
why are you
pull
even
them
going to
out
go?
of the mud?
Why are you even going to go? It's like if they lose their housing or something like that.
Oh.
It's like a shelter for pigs, basically.
Yeah.
So I was like, so you're definitely going to walk out of there with one? And she was like, no, I'm just going to pet him.
No way.
I was like, you bring a pig home. You go ahead and turn that pig around and fucking move out. So don't even go. Can't put her in a situation. Can't even trust her to be in that situation.
Well, she brings it home. You know, you have some nice keto-friendly bacon for about
yeah.
a couple months there. Maybe she grabs a couple of them for you.
Imagine Nick hears about this pig in my house. I'm upset about it. Nick goes, I can take care of your problem.
Well, I didn't say I was stabbing a pig in the neck and gutting it.
Just
Like
deer.
Rambo, hiding up in the tree with a spear.
Just deer.
If you got a deer you need taken care of, yeah, let's talk. But
Do you guys remember the YouTube clip of the guy that was doing the story about the pig, and his name was Chris P. Bacon?
No.
Pretty clever name for a
Sounds like
pig.
fake.
Crispy Bacon. Gets me every time.
why don't you get some outdoor animals that have to stay outside?
No, dude, somebody's got to take care of them.
Yeah, you got to feed them every day.
The horses, I've heard, are the worst.
Yeah, they're
They're a lot of work.
Marnie's doesn't even live with us, but every day it's something. They get all these eye infections all the time. She's got an eye infection right now. They
Steven?
do stuff to their hooves. I don't know what happens to them, but they're always fucked up. I don't know why.
Yeah, they make it sound as if it's terrible, like as if the care is terrible.
And it's very expensive, I think, to have a vet look at a horse.
Sam would want a horse and let him run wild in the back for
Get
sure.
2 pigs, put them out back. You got a pen out there.
Hanging on the edge tonight. Come on, Todd, you know it.
Well, it's been a fun episode. Another long one for us. I like these long ones. We take quite a journey. on these shows.
Quite a journey.
We cover all the topics, all the important topics. We can't thank you enough for listening to us. Keep spreading the word. We love you all. We want to say I wanted to close on this because today, which is actually tomorrow for you guys, but would have been Robin Williams' 68th birthday. Comedy legend. So and
The real Genie?
Yeah.
July
the
24th
original
is
Genie.
his birthday?
Yeah, Tuesday was his birthday.
Tuesday was his birthday?
Would have been 68.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday to him for sure.
Yeah.
Good for him almost being on Samantha Ludi's birthday as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody forgets.
There you go.
July 24th,
It's
Samantha
the birthday
Ludi's
of legends.
Happy birthday, Sam.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Sam.
Happy
Samantha,
birthday.
Happy birthday.
there's no way I was going to let the show go to an end without saying that. but
Yeah.
Happy
I'm
birthday,
glad you
Sam.
reminded
Good
us.
person.
It's good.
Romantic.
Yeah.
Romantic.
Thank you.
Very romantic.
People
I can't wait
say
to
that.
see. Yeah. You're going to celebrate her birthday. It's going to be cool.
Hey, shut it all down.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Sam.
It's going to be great. Happy birthday, sir. Yeah. This is the one after her milestone birthday, right?
Yep. 26.
26. Great. Awesome.
I think she's 31.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that? Do we have to
Nah,
dump that?
I'd probably dump that.
Dump it.
No, I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to lie
I
about
don't
the
think
age
women
until
are
over 40.
ashamed of 31.
No,
are they?
40. I think it's over 40.
Yeah, but some girls don't like it.
Okay.
Because they're like, it's my 10th, 39th birthday. Like, well, that's a
Oh,
funny
yeah,
joke.
that's a funny
Yeah.
joke. Yeah.
That's a funny
Love
joke.
hearing that.
If you're going to tell that to Diggs or Ty.
Right.
That's hilarious.
But today would have been 68 for Robin Williams, or yesterday would have been 68 for Robin Williams. A lot of younger people, I think, forget that he was also one of the better stand-up comedians of his era.
Electric.
So I'm going to end this episode on Pat and I's favorite Robin Williams bit. It's about how the Scots started golf. We're out.
It's good.